Great Voyage, Rob Nami onto the boat. Author, Naruto. Start. Chapter 26. Demon King White Feather. The air in the hall was quiet. Terepal, Pika, Diamante and the others were a little stunned. They were just discussing White Feather. Did you find it by yourself? Hey, I've heard the name for a long time. This sudden connection really scared me. Brother Doflamingo looked uncertain. He really didn't know Baiayu's character. White Feather's voice came again. I asked for your contact information from Hawkeye, nothing else. Brother Doflamingo listened quietly. At least Baiayu's tone was very easygoing, only to hear Baiayu continue. Brother Ming, make a friend? Dover was startled for a moment, then laughed loudly. Hey, I like to make friends with others, especially a big pirate like you. No, Brother Ming, you have pointed out the direction for many pirates. You are my senior. I dare not be your senior, Your Excellency the Demon King. Don't say that, just call me Baiayu. I really want to make friends with you. Dover frowned slightly. Wouldn't it be too polite for this big pirate demon king who reached 1 billion for the first time? When things go wrong, there must be demons. Dover has been in the underground world for decades, but he doesn't believe in the truth, the good and the beautiful, let alone any friends. Baiayu's voice came, since you are a friend, can you please send me some good fruits? Deliver? Sure enough. Is this a threat? Thought Dover. Baiayu, don't get me wrong, pay with one hand and deliver with the other, but my requirements are a bit high. Hey, I thought you were going to grab it, my friend. Speaking of the fruit, Dover was full of confidence. What kind of fruit do you want? I happen to have a few here. Come here for a few nature departments. The Udman's species will do. Trouble you. Dover almost didn't scold. There are only those elements in nature. How many more do you want? If I had a Udman's, would it be your turn? Then let me just say it directly. The dark fruit, the time fruit, the rustling fruit, the thunder fruit, the fluttering fruit, the door fruit, the momo fruit, the soul fruit, the nine-tailed fox, the phantom beast, the bat, and ... Stop, are you serious? Dover was a little angry. Some of them are owned. How do you ask him to find them? Baiayu said calmly, except for a few that need to be found. As long as I kill the master, won't I have it? Dover's pupils shrank. Diamante and others were shocked. Not to mention other things, just say soul fruit, momo fruit. One is the four emperors, and the other is advancing the city. There is also the fluttering fruit, which is the legendary big pirate. Brother Ming, you just need to find it, and leave the rest to me. Doflamingo couldn't stop laughing for a while. As long as you can do it, when I find it, I will give it to you in person. Not to mention whether Baiayu is joking. Just for this confidence, Dover was convinced. Once upon a time, Dover was also high-spirited and did not take everything seriously, but he has experienced too many social beatings. Alas, I'm in tears when I say more. Brother Ming, keep in touch when you're okay, my friend. I look forward to your growth, my friend. Watching Baiayu hang up the phone, Dover couldn't help but walk to the window, looking down at Dressrosa. Did you see it? The times are smiling. Above the island cloud. After Baiayu hangs up the phone, Nami leaned over and pouted. There are several devil fruits at every turn. Do you have the money to buy them? Baiayu was puzzled. Why buy it? Nami was shocked. Don't you think you're too bad? He's your friend. Yeah, he's my friend. Baiayu took a sip of the juice and said, of course, since he is a friend, as my beloved relative, brother, then he will give me the fruit as a gift, isn't it right? 5 girls. All right. They thought that Baiayu was going to grab it. In this way, Baiayu is quite good to friends. Dover? Okay, Nami will control Shimayun. I'll take Kia to Twin Points for a while. Twin Points. Rab body. Arranged as blue sky and white clouds. Kikaros looked at the newspaper leisurely, and kept making a tsk sound. In any case, this white feather can't be underestimated if Hawkeye can make such an evaluation. I met the Rumba Pirates 50 years ago, and promised the captain of the Rumba Pirates, Patton Yankee, to take care of the young Rab. 26 years ago, I met the Roger Pirates and was invited to be a ship doctor, so I temporarily left Rab and boarded Roger's pirate ship, and treated Roger's illness to ensure that he could complete his journey on the Great Waterway. Since Glickers also wanted to inquire about the whereabouts of the Rumba Pirates on the Great Channel, he agreed to board the ship. After 2 or 3 years as a ship doctor, it was dissolved. But still haven't met the Rumba Pirates. You guard the lighthouse at Twin Points every day, spend your days leisurely reading newspapers, and accompany the whale Ribber to wait for the Rumba Pirates. So, want to know about Brooke, huh? Someone is coming. The sudden voice did not make Yukaros panic. What is there to be afraid of at his age? But it turned out to be you. Looking at the sudden appearance of Baiayu and Kia, Kikaros showed interested eyes. This way of appearing ... space type. If it is a complete space fruit ... that is one of the 3 legendary fruits. What about the other 2? White Feather is also interested. The fruit of time is definitely there. I didn't expect that even the space fruit might exist. It's a bit confusing. The space is too terrifying. What about the other one? Don't be Nika fruit. Kikaros didn't say much, but stood up and asked curiously, you actually know Bbook? Is he still alive? Boom. The whole room began to vibrate. This is what alarmed Rab. Be honest with me, if you want to know about Bbook. White Feather's overlord color disappeared in a flash. Rab's body trembled slightly. Immediately be honest. Kikaros couldn't help but exclaimed, what just flashed? It won't be an illusion. At least advanced, rare in the world. The Rumba pirates were wiped out in the magic triangle, including Bbook. Chapter 27. Because of eating Huangquan fruit before his death, when his soul walked out of Huangquan and was about to return to his body, he lost his way for a year, his body has turned into a skeleton, and his hair exploded, and he spent decades alone. Then Mariah came and cut off his shadow, completely unable to sail, unable to see the sun. Every time he heard Beiyu say a word, Kikalos was amazed a little, and finally became excited. It's good not to die. Rab also made a surprise tweet. Thank you, it seems that my years of waiting have not been wasted. Kikaros solemnly thanked, and then apologized. You wait a moment, I will repay you. Beiyu said nothing. Take Koya to turn around in Rab's body. After a while, Kikaro's voice came. Hey, are you dead? Can you still use a knife? I found the Rumba pirates, but only one is left alive. Bbook was trapped in the magic triangle by Mariah. I'll go with you in a few days. I don't need to go? Do you want to be active? You are in Chambord. Then you bring Bbook and we meet halfway. Beiyu. Is this someone's benefit? Just a phone call will solve it. He also has to find a younger brother. Opposite, Israeli. After Kikaros came over, his mood was obviously much better, and he said cheerfully, young man, there is no free lunch in the world. What do you want me to do? Except for letting me on board, everything else is negotiable. Let's talk. Beiyu is also very direct. My family Kia is a ship doctor. Although her ability is very good, she doesn't know much about medicine. Do you have any medical books? Oh? Such a cute girl is still a ship doctor. Is it convenient to show her abilities? But when Kikaros saw that Kia had finished displaying his abilities, the whole person was silent for a moment. Then Kikaros was excited. It's just. Kikaros couldn't find words to describe Kia's ability, and couldn't wait to say, come on, show more. These medical books are all yours. This is my number. You can ask me if you don't understand it in the future, and never keep it secret. Kia said obediently. Well, thank you Grandpa Kikaros. Kikaros danced happily. Ha ha ha. Yes, you will be my granddaughter in the future. Whoever dares to bully you, I will ask someone to bury him. Beiyu. Then I will really thank you. 3 days passed. The discussion about Beiyu intensified, but there was no news about Beiyu's location. It's best not to show up for a lifetime. Beiyu did not appear, and Huang Yuan was also happy to relax. And at Whiskey Peak, it seems to be a town that welcomes pirates, but the truth is that it is a gathering place for bounty hunters. It is also a subordinate branch of the secret criminal organization Baroque Walker. In fact, they gathered together with their eyes on the bounty for the Great Passage pirates. There are many young and inexperienced pirates who have become their dishes, and Lotor is making a lot of money. Now, somewhere, a girl with long blue hair that crossed the waist, heavy makeup, dressed like the little sister, had a serious look on her face. Let me go to Twin Points. If I don't make any contribution, I have no chance to reach the top at all. No, it's too dangerous. On Wednesday, Mr. wants to go to Twin Points to find pirates, and then bring them to Whiskey Mountain for slaughter, so as to make a contribution to the top. Mr. 8 sternly refused. Miss Wednesday, also known as Mr. Wednesday, is the princess of the Kingdom of Alabaster, Vivi. Mr. 8, Kingdom Guard Captain Calem. Both are undercover Baroque workers, secretly investigating everything about Baroque workers in order to overthrow it. Since the day I chose to go undercover, I have forgotten my life and death. As long as the country is fine, I'm willing to give everything for it. Vivi's little face with heavy makeup is full of stubbornness and bravery, and sadness for how difficult the kingdom is. Calem was very heartbroken. This princess who should have grown up happily, I don't know how long she hasn't laughed. She is only 16 now. Are you sure you are willing to give everything for your country? Certainly. Vivi nodded subconsciously, but the sudden voice startled Calem. He quickly blocked Vivi behind him, drew his knife and said solemnly, who is it? Come out. Vivi also regained her senses, a little nervous and worried. No. Won't you be discovered? You saw it when you came out. The dull voice came again, and the two were at a loss, so they had to bite the bullet and walked out. When walking out of the room and looking forward, both Vivi and Calem widened their eyes. The orange-haired girl controlled the thundercloud to release the lightning. The cute girl swung the knife repeatedly. The pale yellow-haired girl raised her hand far away. The blue-haired and green-haired woman. The two women held long knives, closed their eyes and inserted the knives, which were locked by the cloud, on the person. 5 women suppressed hundreds of people. Correct. Dusky's vision has recovered, and he has taken off his glasses, which is very good. This made Beiyu inexplicably think of Kina. And Beiyu, sitting not far away, drinking juice, said casually, Nuo Kigao, Makino, if you kill someone, you will kill someone. What are you doing with your eyes closed? Nami, don't mess around when you think it's a natural type, and develop the habit of taking the initiative to be elemental. Dusky, don't keep your hands. Kaya, so cute. As soon as the words fell, Nami rolled her eyes. She was too partial. Demon King. White Feather. Vivi and Actione were really frightened. They thought that the Bbook workers had discovered them, and they were all ready to fight to the death. But facing Baiyu, what are they resisting? A princess from the kingdom of Alabaster. Baiyu's first sentence made Vivi a little panicked. You are obviously very beautiful, although it is to hide your identity, but this heavy makeup and this dress are really too hot. Let's go, I'll take you to change your clothes. Talking. White Feather stood up. The two were shocked. Their identities were completely exposed, but they shouldn't. What reason would the other party have to investigate them specially? Actione stood in front of Vivi and said in a trembling voice, No. Don't come here, run away. Her Royal Highness. It's useless, Actione. Vivi's voice was bitter, but she still mustered up her courage. If you want to do something, don't hurt Actione. I'll go with you. Your Highness. Actione burst into tears. In an instant, the 5 girls looked over. What are you looking at? Don't stop until you finish. Baiyu turned back and spoke sternly. The 5 girls were speechless. Is Baiyu going to rob someone again, or the princess of the kingdom? At this time, Baiyu looked at Actione and said plainly, I took this princess. Do you have any opinion? It's useless to have an opinion. Boom. Chapter 28. Boom. The Overlord color skipped Vivi, and flashed across Actione in a flash. Puff. With Actione comatose, Vivi was stunned, and immediately wanted to check whether Actione was dead or not. He's not dead, you come with me. Listening to Baiyu's unquestionable voice, Vivi held back her tears and walked like a puppet. Nami in the distance pouted, Can't you be gentle with girls? Be careful, someone stabs you in the middle of the night in the future. You talk nonsense to me again, and I'll stab you at night. Baiyu's reply made Nami Kiao's face flush. This poke, is it serious? Rush. The teleportation field opened. Baiyu took Vivi back to the boat, while Vivi stared at the island cloud around the boat like a dream. Baiyu gestured at Vivi's height, then took out a white dress from Naji and said, Go into the second room on the left, take off your makeup, take a shower and change into clothes. Where did he get it from? No. How does he have women's clothes? Vivi shook off her thoughts, and then didn't know what to think. Her big eyes were a little redder, but she still mustered up her courage. If you can save my country, then I will go now. Can you talk to me about the terms? Baiyu was noncommittal, and then his tone softened. As long as you join my group, then you are my family, and I save your country, that is to do things for my family, willingly. I'll join. Vivi didn't hesitate. Now Vivi can't see any hope. As long as there is any hope, she will seize it. As she said, for the country, she, the princess, is willing to give everything. Baiyu waved his hand and said, Then go take a bath. Vivi blushed. Didn't he agree with his family? Did he lie to me, and still need? What are you thinking? Look at your heavy makeup and clothes, it's so ugly. Vivi was angry and wanted to kick Baiyu, but in the end she could only snort and ran to the room. She has to take off her makeup and change her clothes. When he came out, he was amazed at this big pirate bastard. Oh, I just want to give the beauties a warm home. It's not easy. The world misunderstands me too deeply. Baiyu secretly sighed. System, lottery draw. Ding. It was detected that Vivi was forced to become a crew member, subordinate, and the lottery draw in the world is starting. Ding. Congratulations to the host for drawing an item. Undead prison? Prison? What is the use of this thing? Baiyu checked. Undead prison. It exists in the void in a different space, and the host can bring powerless resistors to enter. Function 1. You can customize the different space style. It must be a prison. Function 2. Prison inmates will not die in any situation. If the host makes a move, they can choose to be resurrected after death. Function 3. In the prison, prisoners do not need to eat, drink, and sleep. Function 4. Customize various punishments that do not exceed your own strength, and punish the prisoners. Remarks. Please customize the settings for other functions. Detainees must be incapable of resisting, seriously injured and dying, incapacitated in a coma, etc. Can't resist. Can't bring Kia and the others in. So what's the use? If it is just a pure different dimension, you can still let the girls live in it. It is stipulated that you can only enter if you can't resist, or is it still a prison style? Do you want to play cosplay together? How to use it? White Feather thought deeply. Ding, there it is. Baiyu thought of Teacher Kai. Mr. Kai likes talents very much, and the process, defeat, imprison, and conquer. However, there are too many irons on the head, which leads to Mr. Kai's little gain, so he is distressed. But undead prison is different. The most important point, White Feather can be revived even if killed. Dissatisfied, right? Kill you 100 times and say it again. Coupled with other settings, Baiyu believes that, except for a very few, he can use the immortal prison to achieve the purpose of subduing many stubborn little brothers. Well, find someone to try first. Old Shah, it seems that this area can only be you. Just when White Feather analyzed the role of the undead prison. After an hour, The 5 girls have finished cleaning up the Whiskey Peak and are sorting out all kinds of supplies on the island. And Vivi came out. After Baiyu looked at it, his eyes suddenly lit up. The visitor was very beautiful, with blue waist-length hair and a white dress. The makeup removing Vivi shows a delicate and sweet face. The cultivation of the royal family also makes Vivi have a different temperament. Neferutari Vivi, who was called the most beautiful princess 2 years later, although she was a little bit suspicious of Bai Xing's popularity. But undeniably it is. Compared with the crying Bai Xing, the strong and brave Vivi also adds a lot of color to her beauty. Humphrey. Seeing Baiyu looking at herself, Vivi snorted lightly, but the corners of her mouth rose slightly. Women love beauty, especially after Baiyu said her makeup was ugly. Vivi remembered it. Baiyu's face was stern. Ha, ha, come here for me. Vivi hurriedly lowered her head and walked over in small steps, her hands intertwined, very nervous. But, to her surprise, Vivi thought that Baiyu was going to bully her. But Baiyu's voice was very gentle. Since it is a family member, then I need to understand your difficulties and help you. How do you want me to help? What? Vivi's little face was stunned and red and she was very cute. Don't be stunned. Sit down and talk. Baiyu handed over a glass of juice and listened attentively. After confirming that Baiyu was not joking, Vivi took a deep breath and said, fight away the Bbook Work Club. Baiyu nodded and continued to listen. But after waiting for 2 minutes, Vivi just looked at Baiyu with hopeful eyes and said nothing. Baiyu was stunned. Is it gone? What else? Vivi is puzzled. For the remaining problems, his father should be able to solve it. Vivi, although you are kind-hearted, strong and brave, and you are beautiful. But, Vivi, who was so praised by Baiyu, was happy, but when she saw Baiyu's eyes that looked like an idiot, she was suddenly unhappy. You are too naive. Chapter 29. Too naive. Baiyu rudely commented, it's not just you, your father is also very naive and naive, even ridiculous. The king, the inner saint and the outer king. But Cobra, no matter how much he is loved by the people, it can't change his weakness. Oh, sorry, who made your country too weak? Even a Kyuhai can't solve it. Vivi bit her lip. She didn't know how to refute because they were really too weak. Alabaster, a superpower belonging to the first half of the Great Root. What is a superpower? Huge area, large population and developed economy. But even so, a sand crocodile gave the people a hard life in just a few years, and there was chaos everywhere. In the final analysis, it is strength. This is the world of the strong, and the weak have no right to speak. However, Vivi still caught Baiyu's keywords, and asked back, why do you want to solve the Kyuhai? Crocodile is a hero who protects the country. Cough cough. Baiyu couldn't help laughing. Since he is a hero, he will let the Bbook Work Club disturb the country he guards and remain indifferent? You're so cute, haven't you thought about why? Yes, why? Vivi was stunned for a moment. Since Crocodile came to Alabaster, he has spared no effort in fighting the incoming pirates. Before the pirates started to make trouble, they were solved. The Bbook Working Club, which had been in chaos for many years, was ignored by Crocodile. This simply doesn't make sense. Could it be? Vivi thought of something. Her tender and pretty face turned pale instantly. Baiyu said directly, yes, the president of the Bbook Work Club is Crocodile, who took Alabaster as a national hero. As for Hades or something, Baiyu had nothing to say. After the royal family collapsed, then Crocodile could do whatever he wanted. Tick. Vivi wept silently. The truth is too cruel, making it difficult for this kind little princess to accept. Help me. Please help my country. Looking at Baiyu, Vivi got up and was about to kneel, but was held back by Baiyu. I didn't say this because I wanted to get something from you, just because you are my family. Baiyu's gentle words came right away. Tell me, how do you want him to die? 1 time is not enough, then die 100 times, as long as it makes you happy. Vivi, looking at the serious Baiyu, Vivi, who felt full of security, suddenly laughed. A person can only die once. How can it be possible to die 100 times? No. Vivi suddenly became worried. He is Kyuhai. You can't kill him. Just shoot him. Baiyu. I get angry when I hear flying. Kia's parental feud. 1 year of bitter hatred. The Straw Hat said, just fly away. Nami's revenge for killing her mother has been painful for 8 years. There are many more. It's not because of anything, but Baiyu felt that if he only wanted to fly, it would be better to be a navy. This is the world of pirates. Namikoya's pain must be returned with blood. But Vivi was worried about him after all. Baiyu said, it's okay. In short, the sand crocodile will die a few times before it will be more honest. The face is threatening, gentle and moving. Baiyu has learned the right way. In order to have an extra family, Baiyu still works very hard. Just when she saw Nami floating up, Baiyu said, it's time to go. Let's set off for Alabaster. Your Highness. Nami also brought a clame up. Ignoring a clame, who was talking to Vivi, Baiyu said excitedly when she saw Nami, Baiyu, you know that we robbed Baba. How much money did we make? 200 million. A full 200 million. There are still a lot of babies. We are really developed. Looking at Nami whose eyes turned into berry, and the 3 daughters who were equally happy except for the calm Kia, Baiyu was speechless. Except for Miss Baiyu my Kia, This has never been seen in the world, Beiyu said casually. Another day, I will show you the land of gold, where there are at least hundreds of billions of gold waiting for us. Really? Nami felt like she was about to faint. Quick, immediately, let's go now. Beiyu smiled. Go to Alabasta first and deal with the sand crocodile. What sand crocodile? You are finished. I want to turn you into a dead crocodile. Delay my mother's money. Rain. The dream city of Alabasta is the only capital city that has not been affected by drought and civil strife. The largest casino in the kingdom, Rain Feast, is here. Sand Crocodile's headquarters is also in the rain. The rainy land is not only prosperous, but also not very far from the desert, which is the home of sand crocodiles. Now, inside the rain headquarters, Crocodile, with a big bag, a cigar, and a black coat, was playing with a small crocodile and listening to something. News came from Whiskey Peak that all staff disappeared. There are traces of being struck by lightning on the ground, and there are many knife marks. According to analysis, 3 people should have shot, and Mr. 8 and Mr. disappeared on Wednesday. There is no information about the docking of the ship at all. Intellectual Beauty wearing a sun hat is reporting calmly. According to various intelligence analysis, it should be the White Feather pirates who made the white cloud that can drag the ship away from the sky. Crack. The little crocodile's neck was broken. Crocodile's expression was uncertain, but extremely gloomy. White Feather? What a Demon King can end the small branch today. Might be here tomorrow. Because Whiskey Mountain and Alabasta are the same route, there is no way to hide. Seeing the fearful light flashing in Crocodile's eyes, Robin's eyes flashed slightly, and he said calmly, if he arrives in Alabasta, do I need to send someone to negotiate? The world's largest swordsman should be one of the world's top powerhouses, right? Judging from his ability to win Hawkeye, his strength should not be weaker than that of the General Emperor. Robin's tone seemed flat. In fact, thoughts began to spread. Beiyu is about to arrive, maybe the two of them will meet, and Robin doesn't think this boss can hold up. Looks like it's time to change bosses. It's just a pity that the historical text has not been found. Crocodile glanced sharply. What do you mean? Let Lao Tzu be soft on him. Don't say whether he has that kind of strength. So what if he has? Look outside. The desert is my home ground. When Whitebeard comes, don't let Lao Tzu take a step back. Just because he is called the Demon King, the king of the world must die too. Chapter 30. He is the king of the desert. Although Sand Crocodiles are vivid here after losing to Whitebeard, his ego was still not lost. Boom. Suddenly a roar sounded. Crocodile frowned slightly. Go and see what's going on. Yes, boss. Robin turned to leave. And in the rain, the largest casino rain banquet. Nami, with one hand on her hip and the cloud gun in the other, frowned and said, are you guys unreasonable? Why can't we take it away because we won money by our ability? Since it was causing trouble for Sand Crocodile, Vivi also said quickly, yes, even the casino has to obey the rules and let your boss come out when it comes to rain. Before Beiyu went to find Sand Crocodile, Nami was excited when she heard that there was a casino here. So Beiyu can only open hanging. Seeing the color, the people here do not say whether there is any. At least there is no stronger than Beiyu. 1 million berry turned into nearly 1 billion in 10 minutes, but the casino couldn't take it out. Moreover, people do not want to take it. A staff member just said, you can't take this money. Nami directly fried her hair. The wall was directly smashed by the cloud gun. What are you arguing about? What are you arguing about? A guy who looked like a rock singer came over with his nose clasped. After understanding the situation a little, he looked at Nami. They're right, you can't take these berries away, so keep all the nonsense here. Haha. Nami's anger is instantly full. Others are easy to discuss, but on the matter of berry, it is impossible to discuss with Nami. Cloud lock. Dozens of cloud locks quickly flew towards the nose-picking man. Seeing this scene, he was startled, and quickly pulled out his buja and shot towards Yun Suo. Nami was even more startled. No, I was disgusted, and I retracted the cloud lock subconsciously. Cloud wall. Fortunately, Beiyu shot. A cloud wall blocked the buja. Boom. The cloud wall is fine, but Kia frowned. How can there be such a person? The lovely Kia was too embarrassed to say the word disgusting. Mr. 5, who has the ability to explode fruit, often uses buja explosions to attack others. Exploding fruit. At least it's a good fruit. It's a waste of him to use it like this. And Beiyu is exuding thinking. Swish fruit plus exploding fruit. My goodness. Infinite blast. Randomly exploding like billions of shells. If you can add armed color, who can resist this? However, in Beiyu's conception, Kawa fruit plus childlike fruit is the most incomprehensible. Certainly, time plus space equals really invincible. He is working towards both goals. Cut. Beiyu drew his sword instantly. Mr. 5 fell to the ground with serious injuries. Instead of killing him, he was thrown directly into the undead prison. There is no need to subdue it, but when there is an item that deprives it of power, it is necessary to explode the fruit. Have you seen enough? Robin. What? Nico. Robin, who was eavesdropping on the stairs, was suddenly startled, and turned around and ran away without thinking. Run, you continue. Looking at the man who appeared in front of her out of thin air, Nico. Robin couldn't help but smile bitterly. This speed. She couldn't escape. Seeing this, Nami curled her lips and said, Vivi, look at it. He will definitely threaten the beauty for a while, and then he will start to be gentle after grabbing onto the boat. It's an old routine. Kia whispered, Nami, you have misunderstood Brother Beiayu. He has always been gentle. Dusty? No Kigao? Makino? Vivi also nodded. All the indifference is the disguise of Brother Beiayu. The fault is in this world. Nami? Okay, even my brother called. The next second, Kia said happily. Look, Big Brother Beiayu is very gentle. Nami turned her head in disbelief. I saw that Beiayu looked at Robin very tenderly and said, you have been fleeing since the age of 8, and after experiencing betrayal again and again, your heart has long been cold. A woman like you is really distressing. Beiayu stretched out his hand, put it on Robin's shoulder, and said softly, I'm here. Don't be afraid anymore. I'll take care of you. Even with the greatest darkness, I'll bring you light too. Robin was stunned. As a woman who has seen too much darkness, she can see clearly, and Beiayu's eyes are full of light. He is serious. That kind of distressed, loving eyes, she has only seen from one person's eyes. That was the look in her mother's eyes. But this is ridiculous. He had never seen her, and he didn't know her very well, so how could he have such eyes? Even if her intuition tells her, Beiayu is serious. But after years of betrayal, Robin doesn't trust anyone. Clap clap clap. Applause came from the corridor, and Beiayu turned to look, and saw Crocodile with a cigar, going downstairs like a gangster. Crocodile sneered, it's so good, I'm so moved to cry. Continue talking. Beiayu said, Nami, take Kia and the others away, so as not to get splattered with crocodile blood. Nami immediately left with a few girls. Before leaving, he wrapped all the berries present in the clouds and put them in the ring. Where to fight? Desert? I heard that there is your home court, where even Whitebeard is not afraid. If I beat you there, you have nothing to say, right? White Feather's random bullshit made Crocodile instantly angry. Before he could speak, Beiayu said again, listen, I stole Robin, and your Hades dream is void. Both Robin and Sand Crocodile were surprised at the same time. How did Beiayu know? But after being shocked, Crocodile became even more angry. Who do you think Lao Tzu is? Die for me. Arc Moon Sand Dunes. Crocodile slashed the sand blade that turned into a crescent shape after the arm was huge, and once it was cut by the sand blade, it would absorb all the water and turn into a mummy. Boom. The slash was empty. White Feather and Robin disappeared. Only the voice drifted far away. Are you good at hitting? You're good at hitting a fart, little slut. Come on to the desert battle. Little what? Crocodile obviously didn't understand and froze for a while, but he was still panting angrily. He had never seen such an arrogant newcomer. Very good. The so-called weakness is a sin. Gahahaha. It's time for newcomers to experience the horror of the Desert King. Feel the wrath of Lao Tzu. If I lose to you, I write the name upside down. Chapter 31. Boom. The entire casino shattered, and the furious crocodile turned into a desert and flew towards the desert. Mid-air. On the boat on the island Cloud, Vivi was a little worried. Sister Nami, will Brother Beiayu be okay? A good White Feather brother. I think Nami only called twice in the middle of the night. Nami didn't care. Instead of worrying about him, you might as well inform your father and let him lead someone to clean up the mess, and I'm starting to prepare. Thank you, Miss Nami. Hearing the preparation, Vivi was happy, her eyes full of gratitude. Yunyan fruit. It's not easy to create a heavy rain with clouds. It's just that Alabaster is too big, and Nami needs Koya to recover her strength and prepare for a longer time. The most important thing is to disperse the dancing fans and let the weather in Alabaster return to normal. And in the desert, so fast. Robin looked at Beiayu in a trance. This is the fastest man she has ever seen. It's too fast. I don't know if it stopped in between. However, as soon as Robin opened his eyes, he found that the two had come to the desert more than 10 miles away, as if in an instant. Beiayu chuckled. You said, if I took you and smashed Crocodile in the desert, would he cry? I'm sorry for being a burden. Robin smiled awkwardly but politely. But, Robin said elegantly, in a field where a person is most confident and conceited, crushing him strongly and defeating him will probably slump. Beiayu smiled and said, teach you a word to doubt life. Precisely. Robin can only cooperate with the opening she has no idea of Beiayu's character at all. After all, some people seem very gentle, but they are more brutal behind their backs. Beiayu said calmly, you don't need to be careful when you talk to me. I know everything about you. Do you need me to say it? Robin Xu frowned for a moment and then stretched. She didn't believe it. But from the moment White Feather called out Nicole Robin directly, Robin was puzzled. She was eavesdropping on the stairs but did not show up, and did not use the ability to eavesdrop. As for Beiayu, she accurately stated her without anyone seeing it. How did she do it? Simple. Seeing, hearing and color perception. A woman who is 1.88 meters tall, hiding at the entrance of the stairs. Although I haven't seen anyone, I haven't sensed Robin's breath, but this height is directly confirmed. Monster Robin, an 8-year-old doctor, found the giant, spent 5 days together, and Kizan let go. You calm. Robin couldn't hold back, because almost everything Beiyu said was impossible for even CP to investigate. No one cares whether a little girl is treated as a monster, and it is not clear that Robin passed the doctoral examination, only that it is an archaeologist or Robin exposed himself. The giant Soro froze to death on the spot. How could others know that it was Robin who discovered Soro and how much time they spent together? Kizan let her go, and there was no one around. Robin flinched, subconsciously covering his chest. She is very doubtful now that Beiyu can read minds. Beiyu shrugged and said, "You can think that I can read your mind, although it will make you uneasy and jealous. At least I know you well and will not betray you." Robin smiled wryly. Beiyu was the most difficult person she had ever met, and her actions and words had no logic at all. But Robin is not an ordinary person. After cleaning up his mood, he looked forward to it. Then, "Can you read the historical text? If not, then look at my heart more." Talking, Robin opened his arms. "I hope that Beiyu can see through her heart, and then learn the historical text, so that she will not be alone." Beiyu. This action really surprised Beiyu. "It is good." Beiyu nodded slightly, then in Robin's sluggishness, he opened his arms and hugged her in his arms. "Robin, in the future, you will not be alone." I didn't mean that." "Well, I know you want me to hug you, otherwise why open your hands? Don't be shy." You win. Robin was helpless. This man is really unpredictable. But when she looked up and saw a crocodile flying over from a distance, she said faintly, "How long do you want to hug?" "Will you die with me?" Beiyu said indifferently, "Just that crocodile?" "Let's practice for a few hundred more years." Robin struggled, and after finding it useless, he could only remind, "He is down. He is going to make a move. You will die if you don't let go." "It's okay, let the moves fly for a while." Maybe it's better to die. When Robin saw the sandstorm hit, she couldn't help but closed her eyes and sighed. She was really tired all these years. Boom! A violent roar exploded. Robin only felt the harshness of the voice, but he didn't feel the pain, only the warm embrace of Beiyu. "Take the girl to teleport away." Gahahaha, I was really pissed off. Seeing that Beiyu was flirting with Robin in his arms, Crocodile's forehead burst into blue veins, and he looked down on people too much. Heavy Shalon. Crocodile's right hand began to condense the sandstorm, and he wanted to completely smash the white feathers. "Too slow. If you wait for you to condense, the sun will go down." White Feather let go of Robin and turned around to draw a knife. While Crocodile was still condensing the dust storm, it had disappeared in place. Ability Restoration. Armed. Infinite Instant Slash. Brush. From a distance, Robin only felt a flower in front of him, and then he was embraced by Beiyu again. As if Beiyu had never left. Only some after images faded away. Ended. With Beiyu's voice falling. Before Robin could react, the scene in front of him made Robin open his mouth in astonishment. PFFT Kai. A bloodline splattered from Crocodile's hands and feet, as if someone had slashed his hands and feet. In an instant, the dust storm dissipated. "Break your hands. Break your feet." PFFT. When hands and feet fall. When Crocodile's body also fell to the ground, he still didn't react, and it was the pain in his whole body that reminded him. Ugh! The pain of tearing through his body made Crocodile roar in uncontrollable pain. Whoa! How is that possible? Pain. His scalp was numb from the pain. The pain was unbelievable and unacceptable. He didn't even react, and he was completely defeated, and he didn't even see the process clearly. In an instant, broken hands and feet. This also completely cut off all his hopes. Chapter 32. I'm so defeated. Crocodile, who was screaming in pain, gradually ceased, and the eyes that were once arrogant instantly dimmed. Beiyu looked at him indifferently. This crocodile, if it does not experience extreme despair, will not learn to behave. Ha 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 ha. Goo ha 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 ha. Defeated so easily. A painful crocodile laughed hysterically, as if mocking himself. Teenager, famous in the sea. 20-year-old, and Barrett is still in a dead end. His fame soared and he became Kyuhai. Just checked, it appeared so early. In the same year, challenged Whitebeard and failed miserably. Then, witness Roger's execution. After that, he, who was once high-spirited, was immersed in the world of Hades, stealing chickens and dogs. 44 years old this year. The first half of my life was brilliant. The rest of his life is full of depravity. At this moment, Crocodile looked back on his life, only to realize that all his goals had not been completed. Call it nothing. Kill me. Hope was cut off, and Crocodile's dull eyes closed. Robin also came back to his senses, staring at Beiyu blankly, unable to calm down for a while. That is one of the 7 Yuhais. No matter how unbearable it is, I can still have a fight with the 4 emperors, but I was killed by Beiyu in seconds. Doesn't that mean? Don't think too much. I'm not invincible. I just hit him by surprise. Although he did nothing to prepare, he could at least hold me back. For a second, no more. White Feather's very honest words made Crocodile vomit blood again. Quartering with my sand crocodile, in your eyes, it is just a piece of garbage that can be killed in seconds, right? Looking at Robin's dazed and cute appearance, Beiyu smiled and said, you can understand it like this. Anyone with weak defense and recovery and no special abilities will not be my opponents. And most of them are instant kills. Status restore. Infinite flash. With the improvement of white feather swordsmanship and armament color, the attack power will only become more and more terrifying. Let you predict the future. Mao is useless. That's why Kaido and Aunt gave the current Beiyu a headache. Robin nodded with a smile. Yes, after all, you are the man who conquered Hawkeye. Your Excellency the Demon King. Stop mentioning him to me. I don't know him. Beiyu supported his forehead. That old sixth. Robin was surprised. What happened? What a mysterious man. Making people curious. Have you finished talking? Kill if you want to. Don't talk about lover and insult Lao Tzu. Crocodile growled. This feeling of being ignored is better than being killed. Too much nonsense. Come in you. In Robin's astonishment, Beiyu broke open a different space black hole in front of him, and Beiyu directly locked Crocodile and his limbs and threw it in. Undead prison. Entertain. It's done. Let's go. Beiyu took Robin's hand, paused, and looked at Robin with a straight face. From now on, get on my boat. Do you understand? Question mark. Why are you suddenly sullen? Robin was in a trance for a moment, and said softly, this is a request I can't refuse, Mr. Captain. Ah, very good. Beiyu immediately smiled. Go, I'll show you the historical text, my secretary. Robin's beautiful eyes brightened. The other side. The Navy also received the news that Shiroa was in Alabasta, and Kizaru reluctantly set out with Totu. Garp also crossed Upside Down Mountain. The trio and a few CP members rushed to Alabasta together. The warring states incidentally called Crocodile on the phone. Blur. Beiyu, who was about to teleport away with Robin, heard the voice of the phone bug and turned to look. Phone bugs lay dead in the desert. Beiyu walked over curiously and picked it up, and after connecting directly, he watched the phone bug simulation change. Crocodile, officially inform you, and immediately lead someone to hold Beiyu. This is an order. Who are you? Who are you? The frog glasses. Oh, the Navy's handle. Looking at the simulated appearance of the phone bug, Beiyu suddenly smiled. What are you holding me back? Will you invite me to dinner? The warring states were silent. Good you Crocodile, how long has it been, kneeling so quickly? Trash. He is dead? Warring states asked while suppressing his anger. Beiyu said casually, I cut off his hands and feet. I plan to accept him as a younger brother. Is there any problem? Robin. Warring states. Never seen such a madman. If you cut off someone's hands and feet, and make someone a younger brother, it's not bad if you don't hack to death. Oh, by the way, you want the sand crocodile to hold me down? Beiyu glanced at Robin and affirmed, so, you sent someone to arrest me? Let me think about it. The Hawkeye guy is talking nonsense, so you must not only send a lieutenant general here. A general, at least 2 lieutenant generals, maybe even Garp will be sent over. Maybe there are people from CP who will cooperate, right? What do you think of me, the strongest 4 emperors? Admiral is so busy. You'd better pray that it's not Kizaru, and you won't even pay overtime. Can you count on him to help? Warring states were stunned. The other generals in the office were also stunned and couldn't believe it. How did Beiyu know? And he also knew so much about General Yellow Monkey. White Feather, I'm just kidding. No more to say. Then for me, the title of Demon King is still alive, but the bounty is too low. Let's talk about 3 billion less. When Beiyu said this, she got used to it, pinched Robin's pretty face habitually, and then said, I know, you can't add bounty for no reason. I will give you a reason, so listen carefully. Warring states, you are mentally retarded, brain dead, idiot, bad old man. It's impossible for you to catch me in your life. If you don't talk about other places, I will definitely stop at the Chambord. If you don't come, you will be a waste. Just hang up. So cool. Beiyu looked at the sluggish Robin with a chuckle. How about it? Exciting? You should also scold you. You've already scolded me. At this moment, Robin's eyes are as gorgeous as the Milky Way. The way Beiyu scolded the Admiral of the Navy just now was really handsome in her heart. Chapter 33. Office of the Marshal. It's like space freezes. All the generals did not dare to take a breath. Even though the languid Ukiji sat up straight, he did not dare to take a look at Sengoku. Lieutenant General Crane is also helpless. Today's young people are still so arrogant. Crack. Warring states forcefully broke the corner of the table. His eyes were red with anger, and he roared furiously. Good devil, good White Feather, leave Kizaru to investigate, now, immediately, let Garp and the others come back. The generals were stunned. I just heard Warring states shout angrily, notify the Navy and Chambord, give me a strict inspection of the coast and the sky, and report to Beiyu immediately, and the old man will go and catch it in person. Marshal, calm down. The generals spoke immediately. The Warring States period glanced at the week. I'll use the vacation I have accumulated over the past few decades to exchange for a day of freedom. Okay? The crowd will be speechless. Of course, the Navy is not a robot. Even the Marshal of the Warring States period has to take a holiday. Vacation. Go wherever you want. But seeing that many generals hesitated to speak, The warring states took a deep breath and said, "This is not the old man's angry words. We must pay attention to him. I don't want to hear that there is another fifth emperor in the New World one day. Besides, I informed the above that it's time for Kyuhei to be replaced. A bunch of trash." Although the warring states is angry, but as a marshal, reason will always support him in making choices. Beiyu knew that there was a general who went to Alabasta to catch him, and he would run, but he would definitely not be able to catch him. Therefore, it is best for Agap and others to return and not waste their troops. Leave the Yellow Monkey to investigate. And Beiyu's position is erratic. Unlike other pirate groups who honestly pass by island, they can only go to Chambord to arrest them. Young people are arrogant and domineering. You can't bear the anger of this old man at your age. Sengoku felt that he couldn't eat for a few days, even if Kaido and Whitebeard never scolded him like that. Whitefeather took Robin directly. Entering the funeral hall, I saw the historical text that recorded the location of Hades. Robin is watching, but Whitefeather is remembering. He remembered that Alabasta had two pieces, one of them here, and the other in a mysterious pit in the desert. But the desert is so big. Crocodile is hard to find, so I can only give it up temporarily. After all, the truth of everything is in Ralph Drew and Beiyu, who happens to have no interest in history. Only the victors are qualified to write history. And the historical text seems like a history of losers. Boring. Beiyu stepped forward and touched the historical text. It's nothing to see, but it's just the place where Hades is. What can we do with it? Robin stared. Are you really not interested? She suspected that Whitefeather was rhetoric. The wariness she had developed over the years. Then let me ask you, is it strong to kill an island with one shot? I'll ask you again, can Hades hit me? Finally ask you, is the legendary Hades a beauty? Whitefeather's soul asked 3 times, making Robin amused. This guy, the last question is making her laugh. She admits she did, because Beiyu is really not interested. Trash Hades. Sea King is so fragrant. We'll see when we get back to the ship. Beiyu directly put the historical text into the ring, although he is not interested, but he must be the only one. Afterwards, Beiyu took out another ring and took Robin's hand. Seriously put a ring on her. Robin stared blankly at the ring in his hand, took a deep breath after a long time and forced a smile. This is? Beiyu said seriously, time will tell you the answer. Robin, inexplicable, would like to know. However, Robin clenched his hand subconsciously and touched the ring lightly. It should be important, right? Whitefeather, where are you? Come back quickly. I can't hold it anymore. Nami's shouts washed away along the clouds and spread throughout the capital of Alabasta. Over the capital, the boat was on the island cloud, and Vivi and the girls were watching Nami's continuous condensing of thunderclouds. And below, the civil and military ministers headed by Cobra watched with anticipation. The thundercloud is centered on the capital and continues to spread to the entire Alabasta, although there is Koya recovery stamina. But the bigger the thundercloud, the more difficult it is for Nami to control, and her strength is not enough. The voice just fell. Whitefeather teleported Robin to the ship. Thank you for your hard work. Leave it to me. Leon, who succeeded Nami. Beiyu exerted all his strength. Boom, crackling. The thundercloud was getting bigger and bigger, and gradually spread to the whole country under the circumstance that Beiyu did not care about his physical strength and kept recovering his physical strength. Directly wash the dance powder. Crash. Majestic torrential rain poured across the country. At this moment, the whole country was in tears. Daisuke supported Vivi, who was moved to tears, and stared blankly at this scene, murmured, which one is you, Beiyu? Is this justice? If Beiyu knew what Daisuke was thinking, despised for sure. What Beiyu is most disgusted with is, in the name of pirates, he has been carrying out the so-called heroic behavior. Because, if pirates are heroes, then it will mislead countless children to worship pirates, thus taking the road of pirates and making the world more chaotic. He's just a thief right now. Murder and set fire to the end. I don't want to be a hero. Heavy rain continued for an hour, mainly for scouring dance powder. Rebels? It's very capable, and he actually pulled up a million-sentenced army. When Beiyu stepped on the white clouds and came to the sky above the rebel army, he couldn't help but marvel at the dense crowd. Alabasta has a permanent garrison of 600,000 troops, while the rebels are casually in the millions. According to the proportion of young and middle-aged people, the country's population is at least nearly 100 million. After all, this place is not ancient, and it will not go to war. But in fact, original testimonial, 10 million. Alabasta, a superpower much larger than Fishman Island with a population of 5 million, has only 10 million people. Verify my gauge. The Overlord is fully released. Black and red lightning flashed all over Beiyu's body, and the terrifying momentum instantly rushed to the location of the rebel army below. Puff, puff. Chapter 34. Puff, puff. The crowd is like the low weeds blown by the wind, and like the cut-down wheat. The sound of falling to the ground continued. People farther away were horrified, and several reporters were so excited that they couldn't help themselves and took pictures. Big news. This is really big news. Stunning hundreds of thousands of people with one's own power. Is this the legendary Overlord? Well, this reporter still has some insight. Certainly not in an instant. Beiyu's Overlord color continued to be released, driving Shimayun to crush all the rebels. There were some who were stubborn and did not fall to the ground, but were shocked by Beiyu over and over again, and then fell down. Finally, millions of rebels, all kneel. Cool. It feels so cool. It is difficult for ordinary people to understand. When Beiyu saw with his own eyes the millions of people who were stunned and fell down, that feeling of contempt for heaven and earth. In an instant, his overlord color was condensed a lot. Really, the stronger the heart, the stronger the overlord. He has a faint urge to break through to the top. That night, Cobra invited everyone to dinner, but Beiyu did not refuse. And when he heard that Vivi joined Beiyu, Cobra's worried expression couldn't be concealed at all. Can the little cabbage at home be a pirate? Beiyu said directly. I'm a pirate. Why did the person who robbed him go back? You can cry and report it, and let the Navy come to catch me. What can Cobra say? Toast again and again. Beiyu looked at Vivi and smiled. Vivi is so beautiful, I can't bear to let it go. Vivi blushed. Looking at her blushing daughter and listening to Beiyu's unambiguous words, Cobra was instantly heartbroken. His daughter is going to be arched. I lost my appetite for a while. So that's how it is. What an unlovable little brother. Robin also understood the role of Neji, both amazed and helpless, and gave Beiyu a secret confession. Isn't it a storage ring? The elder sister who made it like an engagement ring is insane. Where is Beiyu? Suddenly there was a loud shout. A tall, muscular man with a monk's head broke in. Glancing at it, Beiyu said, King Cobra, your guards here are too bad. Cobra was a little embarrassed. It was a fact after all. Robin glanced at him and said, he is one of the very few Mr. One who knows the identity of the president, Daz Bonus, and is very loyal to Crocodile. White Feather nodded slightly. It's not without reason that he wants to subdue Crocodile. After all, he can't rely on him and a group of girls alone. At least have a bunch of captains. The captain also has a younger brother, right? Bonus still has potential. At least the fruit ability is very good, but it is a little weak. Dusky, I'll leave it to you. Beiyu looked at the cute girl. He has the ability to cut fruit quickly, and he claims that no swordsman can hurt him. As long as you defeat him, you can be called a swordsman. Slashing iron, the foundation of swordsmanship. The dumb Dusky became serious in an instant, and immediately drew his knife. There is nothing that swordsman can cut constantly, but I will. Too much nonsense, just rush up and chop. With a low voice from Beiyu, Daisuke's momentum dissipated. Angrily glaring at Beiyu, Dusky rushed up again. Clang clang. Vast hall. After dinner, martial arts started. Less than a minute. Dusky was covered in wounds and blood, but those big eyes were getting brighter and brighter. Another 2 minutes. Dusky fell into a pool of blood powerless. Vivi was taken aback. Sister Dusky. It's okay Vivi. Kia crossed her hands, and a light shone in the distance. And Nami also took the opportunity to use the cloud wall to intercept Bonus who wanted to kill him. The light dissipated. The cloud wall dissipated. Injury recovery. Physical recovery. Dusky was revivid with blood and rushed up again. Bonus? ? Cobra was shocked for 10,000 years. And Robin glanced at Kia, and his heart was full of amazement. It was a terrifying ability. Another few minutes. Dusty fell again. Nami blocks, Koya treats. When Dusky was resurrected with full blood again, Bonies shouted angrily, White Feather. You are hiding behind the woman. I don't believe it was you who defeated the boss. Beiyu said lightly, when you lose, you will see that dead crocodile. When he heard the dead crocodile and thought that crocodile died, Bonus seemed to have a tendency to explode, strongly crushing Dusky. Sure enough, Daisuke is not the protagonist. So far it has not exploded. Beiyu watched a play while eating and drinking, until more than 2 hours later. The dinner tables were evacuated. Dusky didn't know how many times he was resurrected with full blood, and finally split Bonus's body. Breath of all things, comprehension. The two fell down together. Dusky stood up again enduring the pain, and gave Bonus a few stabs, leaving only a breath. I won. Dusky looked at Beiyu and murmured, and fell down. You don't have to restore her. Preventing Kia from recovering, Beiyu supported Dusky and said, let her wake up naturally and recover slowly. After the wound is scarred, it is enough to restore the scars and dark wounds. Pain can make people grow faster. I look forward to her growth. Cobra secretly stunned. Worried again for his lovely daughter. Cobra, I will take care of your daughter. Vivi, let's go. Beiyu waved his sleeves, and after throwing Bonus into the undead prison, he teleported away with the girls. People leave. Cobra looked at Vivi who was leaving and sighed. It seems that you have really grown up, and your eyes have always been on Beiyu. Do you want to marry someone? I hope you are safe and happy. Chapter 35. Immortal Prison. Looking at the endless wilderness, it is like a huge cage, and the whole world is dark, empty, and dead. And Crocodile was sitting blankly on the ground. No handcuffs, no cages. The moment you come in, Crocodile found that his hands and feet had recovered, and the left hand with a golden hook had also recovered. Physically abled. Incredible. Where the hell is this? Beiyu, come out. But Crocodile ran for a long time and shouted for a long time. But there was no one, only silence. And Abuja man, always on the verge of death, Beiyu kept looking for opportunities to peel off the fruit. No matter how damaged, the ground will recover directly. There is no end to the sky. All I could see was blood pools and torture instruments. Except for the prison, there was nothing else. He doesn't seem to be tired, thirsty, hungry, or sleepy, making him dreaming. PFFT. When Bonus fell, the body recovers directly. Seeing Bonus, Crocodile's eyes brightened a bit. Bones, how did you get in? Boss? Before he could be astonished at the recovery of his injuries, Bonus immediately said respectfully and decadently, I was defeated by a female swordsman under White Feather, so you are disappointed. It's okay, everyone fails sometimes, even if I. Crocodile was suddenly silent. He likes to fool his opponents with a laugh, but at this moment, he also looks down on himself now. It apostrophe S. Too weak. Mr. 3 Are they caught? Sand Crocodile asked. Bonus, I don't know. Crocodile. Beiyu's voice suddenly came, and the two looked up to see Beiyu walking lazily. Bonus was furious again, but was stopped by Crocodile and snorted coldly. Are you here to laugh at me? Beiyu said to himself. Here, you don't need to eat and drink. You won't be tired, you won't be sleepy, and you won't die. Even if I kill you, I can revive you and kill you again. The two couldn't help frowning. Where is this place? My purpose is very simple. Come and follow me. Impossible. After Beiyu finished speaking, Crocodile was angry. Who do you think you are? I will not be anyone's younger brother. Beiyu ignored it and continued. Your strength is too weak. Here, this is the secret of three-color domineering. I'll let you out when you're qualified. Otherwise, as long as I can live, you have to be locked up. Endless emptiness. Maybe you can be the boss here, blaze your own path, and be the prison king? Ha! Looking at the domineering fall is really understandable. Crocodile really wanted to shred it directly, but no matter how angry he was, he couldn't be angry with his strength. Just keep humming. Sand Crocodile's arrogant face. Are you still doing anything? Weak, sad, not seeing the sun all day long. What a pitiful self-esteem. I don't care about the Hades you are after. Beiyu could clearly see the black face of the Sand Crocodile. Once the Rocks Pirates, Crew Whitebeard, Golden Lion, Kaido, Big Mom, etc. Which one is better than you? It is not shameful to choose to follow the strong. That's all. The words fall. White Feather disappeared. Crocodile was silent, holding on to the domineering true solution. His gums were bitten. Bonus worried. Boss, I'm fine. Crocodile took a deep breath. I lost completely. Try to become stronger. Bonus, without strength, all dreams are jokes. Sand Crocodile came to his senses. Beiyu, the people in the anime are so foolish. Mouth escape +1. And White Feather just came out of the prison of immortality, and suddenly felt dazzling, and couldn't help squinting. Oh, where did this come from? Another dimension. An uncle with a yellow body was standing on the bow of the boat with an exaggerated expression and exclaimed, you actually have the ability to space. It's really scary. Demon King Beiyu. He appeared suddenly. Nami stared at the man tightly. Ah, the damn oppression. Vivi, Kia, Nuokagao, and the four daughters of Makino were also on guard. As for Dasuki, who had just woken up, the stunned knife almost fell to the ground. Robin said in a trembling voice, he apostrophe S. General. Kuzuna. Admiral? Exclamation mark. The girls were stunned. And then ... It feels weird. Why does this general feel so unreliable? Only Dasuki lowered her head and didn't dare to look at it. She felt a little ashamed, but also a little relieved. The visitor was the scout's yellow monkey, glanced at Robin and said, ah, this beautiful lady, you are very familiar. Where have you seen it? Oh sorry, I forgot. The yellow monkey stretched the sound for a long time. For a moment he didn't think of Robin. He is not like Hokage, who often pays attention to Robin's growth, and it feels good to be familiar. It's really you who came. Beiyu motioned for Nami to take the girls to retreat, and then looked at Kizaru pretending to be indifferent. Does Warring States pay you overtime? Huang Yuan was surprised. It doesn't seem to be there. Beiyu shook his head. Then you are really pitiful. You don't have much salary, and you work overtime every day. My salary should really go up. Huang Yuan touched his chin and shrugged again. Brother Beiyu, in order not to cause trouble to each other, can you please give up your resistance? No. The Warring States period will definitely kill me. No, just in jail. Definitely. I have scolded the Warring States once before, and I'm about to scold my mother. Then you're really not afraid of death. Tell me easily, how did you scold? Want to learn? I'll teach you. What is this god unfolding? Vivi and the other girls in the distance were stunned. Are you not a general? Then you are on. Even Dasuki, who has the most respect for the general, felt that the general's image. The whole paragraph collapsed. Isn't this a wretched uncle? Chapter 36. No, it's very late. I have to go to bed earlier. Huang Yuan changed the subject, glanced at the moon, and then looked at Beiyu. Little brother, speed is power. Have you ever been kicked by the speed of light? The words did not fall. The yellow ape disappeared immediately. The next moment, it came to the sky above Beiyu, and the long legs were photonized and kicked down at Beiyu. Light speed kick. An attack that is enough to break the mountain and break the sea. Kizaru started, without the slightest mercy towards Supernova in Chambord in the future. Incredibly harsh. Because he is afraid of showing mercy, he will only hurt himself. What? The foot hasn't completely dropped yet. Kizaru's pupils shrank, and Beiyu disappeared in his field of vision without warning. Such speed. An intuitive crisis came, and the golden monkey's hair exploded, and it directly took the initiative to element. Boom. Kizaru's light-speed kick couldn't stop instantly. So after the active elementalization, his attack did not stop. He even smashed through the deck with his feet, smashed through Shimayun, and slammed down. And the white feather split empty. Passive elementalization. Active elementalization. The two are very different, more troublesome than armed defense. White feather recalled the attack just now. The ship is broken. Nami was heartbroken. How much will this cost to fix? Kia understood and comforted. Sister Nami, I can recover directly, don't worry. Oh, yes. Nami came back to her senses, then looked at Beiyu and said, come on, fuck that wretched uncle. Beiyu did not speak and looked down. Dasky worried, Mr. Beiyu, the general is the monster standing at the top. Be careful. Rare, Dusky would say that. General. Of course they are all monsters. Robin's eyes were dazed, and he suddenly thought of Okiji. The same monster. Can White Feather be defeated? Vivi clenched her hands tightly. Brother Beiyu will be fine. Nami, take the boat and leave. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. White Feather disappeared directly. Nami could only put aside her worries, decisively sent the ship to the highest altitude, and accelerated away. Beiyu stepped on a small island cloud and fell down. An incomparably dazzling golden light rose into the sky, condensing the body of the yellow monkey, with an exaggerated expression. Almost died. You are really scary. Hey, it's so pretentious. Beiyu disdainfully looked into the distance. Don't try to chase them. Although your movements are fast, you have pre-movements. I am faster than you. I can get back to the boat in an instant. So, call me. Seeing Beiyu leading the way, Huang Yuan raised his brows slightly. As Beiyu said, photonization moves very fast, but the process of photonization is obvious, especially for something like an 8-foot mirror, which requires a premise. All gave the strong man time to react. Not like White Feather. Any movement without warning. Therefore, the yellow monkey had a headache. It's the first time I met someone faster than me. So scary. No, this time I have to raise my salary. At least I have to pay overtime. Looking at Beiyu's direction, and then at the direction where the girls were leaving, Kizaru gave up chasing the girls. Back on the boat in an instant. Regardless of whether it is true or false, the yellow monkey is too lazy to try. Just try 2 tricks with Beiyu, confirm the information, and how good it is for everyone to go back to their respective houses happily. That is it. Kizaru got up lazily again, and shouted, by the way, slow down a little bit. Don't you know how to take care of the elderly uncle? It's not cute. Beiyu. Really? It was a mistake to send the generals of the Warring States period to come here. If the opponent is weak, Kizaru will definitely get it with 1 kick. If it is strong, it will be watered for a while, and if it is stronger, it will be full of water. Of course, it also depends on the background. Those who can't afford it, lift their feet and sleep for a while. In a word, only a few hundred yuan a month. What the hell am I? The yellow monkey. A few minutes later, in the desert, the yellow monkey was amazed. I haven't been to the desert at night. I didn't expect it to be so cool. By the way, what about the crocodile? Beiyu said flatly. I'm educating. Oh, are you still planning to accept a younger brother? That's Kyuhai. I just got 2 when I went to sea. With a terrifying look on his face, Kizaru suggested. Do you need me to provide you with other positions in the 7 Marshalseas? In other words, I don't like this title very much. Beiyu put on his clothes. Do you know that in the Warring States period? Huang Yuan spread his hands and said, does this have anything to do with me? Obviously you did it. Who would believe what you said? Geez, talent. To be honest, although Kizaru likes to paddle, Beiyu still admires him. This guy is very interesting. Domineering recovery. Restoration of power. Armed instant slash. White Feather disappeared out of thin air. And after arriving in the desert, Kizaru, who has been turning on the knowledge and color, suddenly cursed inwardly. Really? Seeing and hearing color doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work. But Kizaru found that even if he caught Beiyu, he couldn't react. For example, White Feather suddenly came behind. The yellow monkey needs seeing and seeing color capture nerve response body response turning determining position raising hand condensing energy attack. This series of processes White Feather had already cut down. The most important thing is that the color at seeing and hearing can't keep up with the speed of Beiyu. Because he finally started to counterattack, Beiyu changed positions again, which was a headache. Maybe something like gravity can restrain the White Feathers. What? Kazina's pupils shrank. He was horrified to find that the active elementalization disappeared. No, it was back to before it was useless. No, I also inexplicably retracted the knowledge and color. Has the time been reversed? At this moment, became a target. Hey, White Feather and Kizaru pass by misplaced. There is no active elementalization. No arm defense. The body of the yellow monkey, the White Feather can move. A ferocious stab wound appeared from Kizaru's left shoulder to his lower right abdomen, and blood spattered. Kizaru immediately opened the distance. His eyes were solemn, and his heart lingered. What have you done? The ability of time? Chapter 37. Is it really the power of time? Kizaru looked at his wound with a terrified expression on his face. Beiyu didn't speak. How could he tell the enemy about his abilities? That would be too far-fetched. Infinite instant cut. Taking advantage of the fright of the yellow monkey, Beiyu's attack opened up. Don't underestimate the general. And Huang Yuan's eyes were sharp. Light burst. The photon energy is condensed in the body, and when the enemy approaches, it bursts out instantly. It is a true all-round flash energy burst without dead ends. In an instant, it was too dazzling, and Beiyu felt that his eyes were going to go blind. He didn't expect Huang Yuan to have such a skill. A near-death crisis took him by surprise. Fatal attack? That's really sorry. Direct trigger. The dog spell is immortal, immune to fatal attacks. Boom. A terrifying explosion of light exploded around, directly setting off a mushroom cloud that spanned more than 10 miles in the desert. The violent airwaves rolled up a piece of sandstorm in the desert! After the dust has cleared, the yellow monkey lost his voice completely. Because the white feather was light and cloudless, it fell to the ground unscathed. What kind of ability? He definitely didn't dodge just now, but his breath was not weak at all. The yellow monkey was shocked inside. Beiyu directly endured his light burst ultimate move. No matter how he looked at it, it shouldn't be able to bear his breath level. This means that the fatal attack just now was directly ignored by Beiyu. PFFT. A knife in the stomach. White Feather's sudden move caused the shocked Kizaru to be injured again. Brush. White Feather pulled away. I suffered your fatal attack head-on, and I short-circuited your brain when I was unscathed, right? I didn't expect you to have a light explosion, and I thought you could only shoot lasers. You reminded me again that there must be no carelessness. White Feather's words silenced Kizaru. Why, in the end, even if you have the ability to recover from the injury, you can't recover the fatal injury in an instant, right? Huang Yuan couldn't understand why. Teleport at will. Rewind time? Ignore attacks? Demon King Beiyu, you are really scary. Covering his bleeding abdomen, Kizaru said in a deep voice for the first time, and your future makes me shudder even more. Give you time, and you will surpass everyone. So what? Beiyu was noncommittal. He was just a little weak in hard power, and the rest were all bugs. So don't fight. The old man admits defeat. Huang Yuan put on a grinning look. It hurts. 5 years. 10 years, or how many years? I don't know how many years I haven't suffered such a serious injury. Is this also called serious injury? It can only be said that the yellow monkey is too fast, and it is very good at paddling, and after having the ability, there is basically no injury. This should be replaced by Actione. Beiyu believes that guy will definitely fight to the end with Beiyu. The main thing, Kizaru said ashamed, you can pierce my heart with a knife, but you chose the abdomen on purpose. I need to thank you. Beiyu said he understood, but he really ignored it. But it doesn't matter. He didn't have any intention of killing Kaizuka. That's right. What are you doing for only a few $100s a month? How are you messing with me? Beiyu asked Huang Yuan in anticipation. Huang Yuan shrugged and said, I don't want to toss when I'm old, and I don't like the name thief either. The mouth escape failed, and Beiyu said flatly, although it is an enemy, the world still needs a navy, especially a general. Palooza sooner or later, we will coexist peacefully. The yellow monkey smiled wryly. Such a truth, even being said by a pirate. He has been a little neglected these years. After you go back, overtime. 2 minutes. After all, I have heard a lot of big truths, and Huang Yuan won't change his personality just because of a word or two. Only peaceful coexistence? Is that to be in the same force together? Let me go. In that case, if there is a chance. Huang Yuan took a deep look at Beiyu, did not continue to speak, and left directly with photon. The talent Psy-like can't escape the palm of my hand. At most a few years. Beiyu withdrew his gaze and once again proved one thing, the state recovered, and the yellow monkey couldn't stop it. Also, there is no consumption. Restore the fruit, forever drop god. Beiyu, are you back? Big brother Beiyu, are you alright? Beiyu, drink a cup of milk to make up. Mr. Beiyu, here, wipe the sweat. As soon as Beiyu came back, he felt the enthusiasm of the girls, full of gentleness. Robin, who was not far away, looked at this scene and smiled inexplicably. He never thought that there was such a pirate group. It feels so good to be at home. Name asked curiously. Beiyu, where's that uncle shining? Did you beat him away? The girls are also looking forward to watching. I'm so kind. Beiyu regained his energy in an instant and said indifferently, just 2 swords will destroy him. Kneel down and cry and beg to let him go, saying that there are 80 old mothers and 8-year-old children under them, and a vegetative 880 jinns. Wife, what's your name? Auntie, I'm so pitiful. I'll let him go. Yellow ape? Kia is full of admiration. Wow, that's amazing. Nuoki Gao nodded repeatedly, as expected of Beiyu. Brother Beiyu is invincible. Little sister Vivi's eyes were full of love. Makino murmured, this is a legendary sense of security. Is Mr. Beiyu already so strong? I have to work hard. Daisuke held the knife tightly. Robin whispered, I always feel that something is wrong. After all, It is an admiral. What are you saying? White Feather looked directly at the death. This girl is too smart. She just can't be fooled. Robin showed a smile. I'm saying that the Demon King White Feather is the strongest in the world and will become the Pirate King sooner or later. I'm not interested in this. Baiyu waved his hand, looked at the curiosity of the girls, and continued, if whoever finds Ralph Drew is the Pirate King, what is the difference between the Explorer King, the Luck King, and the Adventure King? I think that only when you forcefully crush everyone, suppress everyone, beat everyone to kneel, and beat everyone to dare not say no, can you be qualified to be king. One Piece Roger, can you beat any top pirate with strength? The girls were stunned, didn't they? Chapter 38. Right. And Robin nodded gracefully with a smile. As far as I know, it is indeed the case. It is too long ago to be unclear, but in the first few years before he became king, there are at least 2 pirates who are comparable to Roger, and they are not subdued. And Roger was king, but he was the first to find Ralph Drew, the so-called conquest of the Great Root. Well, the Admiralty is on the Great Root. The girls suddenly realized. Kia raised her hand cutely, but I heard that Roger has wealth, fame, power, and everything in the world. This White Feather is familiar. One Piece anime, every time it starts with the sentence, making Roger like the king of the world. But this is too much. Baiyu chuckled and said, the reputation is indeed there, but how much treasure does he have? Where does the power come from? A boat? Everything is just empty talk. What else is there besides strength? It's so strong that he can't even take care of his wife and children. As a man, I look down on him. The girls widened their eyes. Wives and children? Other than that, Baiyu expressed deep disdain for Roger, who couldn't even protect Luju's mother and son. Give it to that scumbag Carp. Arrange whatever you want. It wouldn't make Luju suffocate. With this single black spot alone, Roger would never be able to wash it off. Use Luju as a tool? Robin thought deeply again and murmured inwardly, you seem to know everything. New member Robin. I quickly became acquainted with a few girls. The intellectual and beautiful big sister managed to get a few girls in just a few words. And White Feather. Back to the room. System, draw a lottery. Ding. It is detected that Robin has been snatched on board to become a crew member, subordinate, and the lottery draw in the world begins. Ding. Congratulations to the host for winning the ability class. Innate ability, transfer. Baiyu couldn't help but light up. Talent ability, such as teleportation, a completely unreasonable near rule. Click to view. Transfer, consumes physical strength, can develop concept. One word, absolutely. Baiu's spirit was shocked. He had never seen such a simple and direct introduction. There is a saying that the simpler things are, the less simple they are. But they may also be parallel imports. How to develop transfer. Space transfer, injury transfer, mind transfer, attack transfer, life transfer, energy transfer. Baiyu thought for a while, and activated the ability to a water cup, and the water cup was directly transferred to other places. Just this one. Baiyu should be able to directly transfer the ability person to 10,000 meters in the deep sea. Except for a very few. Those who have the ability are in seconds. What about concept development? First reaction, fruit power transfer. Even the side effects are transferred. Second reaction, physical and mental energy transfer. Third reaction, domineering energy transfer and more. And fusion. If nothing else, just the above 3, if anyone can be achieved, it is good. Do it or not, just try it. The upper limit, lower limit, conditions, etc., all need to go through a lot of experiments before Baiyu dares to use it for his own people. The introduction is too simple. This made Baiyu very troubled. Yes, the troubles of happiness. Time passed slowly. Hundreds of nautical miles away from Alabasta, several warships sailed slowly, as if waiting for something. Ha ha ha, little giant, it's not too late for this old man. There was laughter from a distance, making Toto's head black. Not too late yet? If he really blocked Baiyu today, he would have disappeared long ago. Toto crossed her waist and said, what's so funny? I really can't stand you, little Carp. PFFT, haha, it's still the most interesting name of giant. Garp jumped to Toto's place and almost overturned the whole boat, which made Toto very helpless. Little Carp, nothing else, it's just Garp's character, like a child. Of course he has to have a good relationship with Garp. Tina's name, Brother Carp, huh? It's so dazzling. Garp suddenly covered his eyes, watching the light falling from the sky, and quickly condensing his figure. His eyes glared out. You're not dead, are you? Pelus Lino. Cough cough cough. Almost. The old man almost died. Kizaru lay on the ground, letting the blood stay, posing as if he was about to die with only one breath left. I'm dying. No salary increase! Exclamation mark. Hiss. Toto and the other Navy were shocked. It doesn't matter if Carp is really seriously injured and dying, but the 2 wounds on his body can't be faked. Knife cuts, knife holes pierce wounds. It was attacked twice. Carp squatted down and touched it, then buttoned his nose. It looks heavy, but that's just for ordinary people, actually. Hey, Mr. Carp, I'm seriously injured. Kizaru hurriedly interrupted Garp's talking the truth and put on an expression of extreme pain. Ah, it hurts so much. I'm going to die. Quick, this old man can save me. Everyone. Hee hee, You won. Ignoring the possession of Huang Yuanxiu, Tota frowned and said, what the hell is going on? Beiyu and Hawkeye joined forces. Mention White Feather. Carp also looked over. His grandson was not found, but he placed a bounty on it, proving that it was all right. That pair of white feathers is full of interest. Kizaru tried hard to maintain a painful look, and said solemnly, Beiyu, he really did not have the wrong title, he is really as terrifying as the Demon King. I didn't see Hawkeye. Garp and Momo Rabbit looked at each other in astonishment. At Kizaru's speed, as long as he thought about it, few people could hurt him, let alone twice in a row. If it weren't for me running fast, probably I will die. This time Kizaru wasn't joking. Don't talk about teleportation. It is unreasonable to restore active elementalization and domineering. It can make him become a target and be hacked to death, and even to death. He can't figure out how he died. Kizaru guessed, you can't even escape. After all, domineering can go backwards in time, so he should be able to be pulled back. Hiss. Huang Yuan was full of fear. As long as there is a slight possibility, the yellow monkey must be eliminated. Secretly swore, I will never accept any white feather task in the future. Chapter 39. Are you serious? Toto Giant didn't understand. Do I have to make fun of my life? Kizaru became serious. Giant, if he meets Beiyu, if he gets serious, you may be killed in seconds. My old man, I only played with him for less than a minute. The yellow monkey is very serious. But this sentence made Garp and Peach Rabbit difficult to accept. White feather YR! Exclamation mark. Carp was puzzled. Is he stronger than Whitebeard? It's hard to say. Space movement, ignoring lethal attacks, and the ability to rewind time, etc. It's really scary. Kizaru didn't know how to evaluate it. His hard power was poor, but he wasn't sure whether White Feather's resilience would work on Whitebeard. No, it definitely works. My yellow ape can be a target. Then can't your Whitebeard become a target? You still prepare a report, explain it to the marshal. Don't lie on the ground and pretend to be dead. Tota turned around and went back to the room. Kizaru's sekal was really difficult for her to accept. After all, when a woman became a candidate for a general, she didn't know how much effort and sweat she had put in. I do not believe. Demon King Beiyu. Kill me in seconds. Die. Looking at Beiyu's reward order in his hand, Tota pulled out Jinpira and chopped it into pieces, which made him feel a lot better. Not enough. After Tota fell asleep in the dream, he killed Beiyu hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. Woke up the next day in good spirits. Amazing. White feather? Sailing at sea is extremely boring. According to the original trajectory, the Straw Hats arrived at Chambord in 3 months, and nearly 70% of the time spent at sea. Only available on board. Fortunately, Shima Yun dragged the boat and flew in the sky, and the feeling of overlooking the world was still very good. After waking up the next day, suddenly remembering something, Beiyu couldn't help but pat his forehead. Why did you suddenly forget them? Baroque works. Mr. 2, Von Clay. For those who imitate the fruit ability, this ability is very useful. Miss. Valentine, Mikita, the person who has the ability to light and flutter fruit. Miss. Golden Week, a little liar who controls other people's emotions through paint. Miss. Double Finger, Paula, Thorn fruit ability. The next one is great. The legendary emperor. The fourth emperor's deputy, Mr. 3. Mr. 3, Galdino, the man with the ability of wax fruit. He is the legendary man who assisted Baki all the way to the top of the 4 emperors. How could he be forgotten? Am I affected by Bucky's lucky domineering? Beiyu made a joke, but still felt a little pity. At least imitating the fruit is pretty good. Go back this time. It must be late. It is estimated that they all ran away early. Forget it. It doesn't matter. It is precisely because it is not important. So White Feather neglected to forget. Beiyu threw away his thoughts and worked hard to temper his physique and domineering. Hard power must come first. Let's work hard. After lunch. You don't need to stop in the middle. Go directly to Gaia Island, and the Sky Island is on it. Looking at Nami drawing on the map, Beiyu just opened her mouth when she saw Nami's eyes turned into berry. Sky Island? Is that the one you said before? Here Sky Island. All the girls were interested. Robin whispered elegantly, there should be quite a few empty islands. As far as I know, through ordinary routes, you will encounter several empty islands along the way from the top of the western sky. Yes, the top of the western sky is the safest way. The other is some sky currents, which are very dangerous. Beiyu nodded slightly. One must go. One is the small empty island Visalia, the only empty island in Qinghai, the world's most complete weather science island, with unique weather specialties, suitable for Nami. And this. Nami's eyes lit up. After entering the Great Route, I often feel that my knowledge is lacking and needs to be recharged. The other one, Shandola, the land of gold. Isn't it a legend? Hearing Beiyu's words, Robin was a little puzzled, and recalled, Nolando, the navigator of the North Sea, once visited the complete Gaia Island, saying that he had discovered the land of gold, but he can go again. The whole island is disconnected, and the gold in the township has also disappeared. The world's largest talker was born. Beiyu nodded. So we are going to the empty island above Gaia Island. What do you mean? Robin's eyes also brightened. Ancient cities should have a lot of history. Yes, soaring to the sky and ocean currents, Beiyu said with a light smile. Half the island, including the Golden Land, was washed up into the sky and landed on the white sea formed by special white clouds 10,000 meters high. Wow, several little girls exclaimed. Vivi said brightly, the city of gold, it's a miracle. Eyes were opened and Nami was even more interested. Besides the land of gold, is the Bbook, which stays in the sky forever. How did you do it? If Nami and Shiroa could make this kind of cloud, they can also build a city in the sky. It's still the one that won't lose control and cause it to fall. It's safer than the fluttering fruit. Beiyu, hurry up, Nami yelled. With a light smile, Beiyu controlled Shima-yun with all his strength and flew towards the sky above Gaia Island. The other side. After Sengoku learned the specific situation from Kizaru, he directly raised the danger of Beiyu to the highest level. But, brainstorm, everyone still can't understand clearly what the active elementalization in the mouth of Huang Yuan means, which means that Beiyu's ability is still unknown. But for sure, as we all know, any ability has limitations and certain shortcomings. It is impossible to be perfect. The strongest heritage of the world government on the bright side, various devil fruits, because the fruit illustrations are compiled by them. God knows how much has been hidden, or how much has been accumulated for 800 years. There must be a lot of bug capabilities. Kind of like a fun fruit. There must be bug fruit. Otherwise, it's too stretched. The Warring States period still did not raise the bounty for Beiyu, and he still had to wait for Chambord. But Sand Crocodile incident. Still in the newspaper. Shibuya Crocodile is defeated. Nowhere to be found. Question mark. Demon King White Feather. Overlord Color stuns millions of rebels. Question mark. The strongest supernova in the new era. Target Kyuhai. Question mark. Hawkeye, disembark temporarily if something happens. Go and challenge him. Beiyu, new people, your king is here. Question mark. Chapter 40. White Feather makes headlines again. Attract the world's attention, especially the photo of Beiyu, standing on the Sky Island cloud. Black and red thunder flashes all over the body, overlooking the earth indifferently. Countless figures fall to the ground. Many pirates were amazed. Yes, the Overlord color is indeed like a crucian carp crossing the river in the New World. But high-level and even top-level Overlord colors are absolutely rare in the world. This time, Kaijua gave him a rare second look. Ugh, this little brat, Beiyu, every time I see his news, I am surprised by him. Is the Overlord entangled? The black and red lightning around Beiyu's body, Kaido can see clearly. This is the ability of the world's top tyrants. It can be said, Overlord color and above. Only the ability to be qualified to learn but not necessarily able to learn is tyrannical. This is far more powerful than the armed color entanglement, of course, except for the armed color of some people. And most of the Overlord color owners are only beginners and intermediates in their entire lives, and they can control the range and direction at most. Is this a newcomer? The presence of White Feather shocked the scalps of other pirates of the same period. Oh my god. What is Overlord color? What can this man do? Kid wanted to make 2 sentences high and low, but he choked in his throat for a while, and finally roared, check it for me. 3 minutes. I want to know all the information about Bwangs. He can have it. I can have it too. Kira, I believe in you. He knew that Kid was envious, because every time White Feather makes a headline, Kid shouts a few words, full of dissatisfaction. Why can't I, Kid, show my face in the headlines? Wow, this guy is amazing. Luffy first exclaimed when he saw the photo. How many people are a million people? It's more than the people in my village. Sanji has a black line. Did he forget Beiyu's appearance again? He suspected that he was on the wrong boat. The real man Zoro just glanced at him casually and went to practice silently. He knew that no matter what he said, it was useless, and the gap was getting bigger and bigger, and he had to work harder. The world's greatest swordsman. If even he followed Beiyu, then even if I become the strongest swordsman one day, wouldn't I still be inferior to Beiyu? Thinking of this possibility, Zoro sank for a moment, then full of energy, effort, struggle, practice hard. A few days passed. Except for the news of Beiyu, there is no big news in the world. It's just that a few Rocky pirates appeared in the newspaper, occupied a small piece, and mentioned it casually. Why? Because the newspapers, especially Morgan's, the president of the World Economic News, are not interested. The major events in the first half are only major events related to Kyuhai, Judicial Island, and Advance City. White Feather Pearl is in front. What can you expect Morgans to have any interest in the other schmoozing newcomers? After all, Beiyu is also a newcomer. Morgans wouldn't bother to watch if the others didn't defeat Shikibukai, or invaded the Advance City and overturned the Judicial Island. If it wasn't for Beiyu who hadn't even gone to the New World, and the crew members only had a few girls, Morgans would definitely blow it up. For example, the birth of the 5th Emperor. Pity. It is difficult for Morgans to trace the trace of White Feather, otherwise he must follow the report. It's finally here. Morgans contacted Hawkeye many times and wanted Bai's contact information, but Hawkeye ignored it. I asked the other Kibukai again. The queen didn't even answer the phone. and she either scolded or didn't know, until she contacted Brother Doflamming. You want to get big news from him, then you really found the right person. Haha, I happen to think so too, thank you. To get the number, Morgans happily hung up the phone bug in the form of bird fruit albatross. He happily flew around the office. Expect the dial-up bug. Which one? Hello, Morgans, oh, I know, I've been looking forward to it for a long time. S. My good friend, the contact information that Brother Ming gave you, right? Yes, he wishes you a smooth journey and an early trip to the new world, and I want to interview you. No need, but... Baiyu looked at the endless Bai in front of him, and chuckled. Have you heard of Shandola? The land of gold? Morgan's heart skipped a beat. Hey, could it be? Yes, it's right in front of my eyes. My God. Morgans was shocked for a moment, and jumped up excitedly. Big news. This is the real most sensational big news in the world. Only the monstrous wealth is the most curious. After all, when you tell ordinary people how strong Whitebeard is, they simply can't understand and even suspect that you are talking nonsense. But a city of gold is laid out. Needless to say, most people couldn't walk and just stared blankly. Excuse me. Please. Morgans was so excited that he couldn't help himself, and it took a long time to calm down. Can I look at the photos or something? Do you have any video phone bugs? And faxes are also fine. I'll send it to you later. Baiyu did not refuse. He wanted to make headlines for nothing but stimulation. Up to now, I haven't encountered a few people looking for trouble, which makes Baiyu's daily life very boring. Are you afraid that I am too strong? Are you afraid that Hawkeye is also there? When the monstrous wealth is in front of you, a few pirates can stand it. Absolutely crazy. Pirates, calm down. Well, Baiyu didn't think about it at all. Many pirates were looking for him, but they couldn't find him. After all, the ability to fly is very rare. Nami screamed with excitement. It was so lucky that they had just reached Bai when they met. Shandola should say it was Shiroa who controlled Shimanown and accidentally knocked over the huge twigs that buried Shandora on Apayado. Apayado, the island inhabited by the gods, known as the Sanctuary, is part of the island of Gaia that was washed aloft by the upwelling currents over 400 years. The land of gold is here, and Shandora was right under their noses. Not to mention Nami, Kia, the others, and even Baiyu were stunned. It was amazing. This is not anime. When the real land of gold was placed in front of him, Baiyu was amazed. It's all made of gold? Nuokigao couldn't believe how much there was here. Makino's mind went blank. This gold can buy a lot of countries. My country. Vivi didn't say much. She felt that her family was very poor. Dusky suddenly felt that his knife was not so fragrant, and Kia exclaimed, it's much better than the gold in my house. Baiyu suddenly laughed. Miss Kia is so cute. This is an ancient city 800 years ago. Only Robin is concerned only with the age of the city. Front. Most of the golden country is covered with dense tree roots and leaves, but the golden buildings displayed in various places shine brightly in the sun. The ground, walls, houses, bell towers, etc. are all made of gold. It is obvious. View from afar. The whole land of gold. Can't take your eyes off. Chapter 41. Come on, everyone. Take pictures. Baiyu motioned the girls to stand on a high platform in Shandola, and then locked the camera phone bug with a white cloud. Shot from above. All-round display of the charm from Shandora. Crack. After Baiyu took more than a dozen photos, Nami and Vivi ran away, while Kia, Dusky, Nuokigao and Makino were happily wandering around. That is, after Robin glanced again, attracted by a huge golden bell. It is really too big, tens of meters high. The bracket and the base are also tens of meters, and they are completely made of gold. White Feather also looked over. Very eye-catching. 1 cubic meter of gold, about 20 tons. The so-called 1 cubic meter is only 1 meter long, wide and high. Even if it is 10 times 10 times 10, it is only 1,000 cubic meters. Then, such a large golden bell as a whole is definitely no less than tens of thousands of tons. Counting the whole golden country, Baiyu suddenly thought of a suffocating number. That is a figure that can amaze the Golden Emperor Tetsulo, and even bring a huge impact on the gold market. Kaido, will Auntie come over? Can Whitebeard hold back? He has to help his hometown. The warring states are going crazy. After all, with the land of gold, the Navy does not need to consider military spending for at least 10 years. When I think of the kind of scene that is really the enemy of the world. White Feather began to burn. When I was about to send photos and some data to Morgans, I asked for a full-page headline. This is big news. Morgans flew around excitedly. Everyone knows that the Golden Emperor Tetsulo is rich, but he is very knowledgeable, and the major forces have served very well, so everyone is very respectful. But White Feather is different. He didn't want to give anyone face. Robin, how do you think I should move this ancient city away? Baiyu walked to Robin, who was interpreting the historical text, looked at Robin indifferent, and said, isn't it where the Sea King is? What's that to see? Oh, yes, and Roger's message. You. As expected. Robin, who had just watched it, was shocked. Then, Robin was very happy. You really saw through my heart and learned the text of history. It's good to have you. Baiayu's eyelids twitched and didn't explain anything. When I move the whole city, you have time to see how to move. You must have a way. I believe in you. Sister Robin smiled gracefully. White Feather has a headache. A ring would definitely not work. 100 of them would be unbearable, and they would be dismantled. Although not interested in history, but this civilized collection, Baiayu did not want to dismantle. At most sell small parts. Undead prison? It can be used as a storage space, but there is still the problem. How to ensure that it is moved without dismantling. This is a city. It's just that most of it is covered with vines. By the way, transfer. White Feather is thinking about how to use the transfer ability to use it here. Suddenly feeling the crisis, Baiayu hugged Robin without thinking, and teleported away from the place. Boom! A bolt of lightning fell, directly splitting the golden floor of the ground, melting part of it. Not far away. Robin came back to his senses and was surprised. Thunder and lightning? Yes. Nature Department. White Feather saw color perception, and looked at the sky. Thinking only of Shandora, I almost forgot about the voyeuristic demon, Anilu. Robin exclaimed, the thunder fruit. Even among the many devil fruits, it is enough to be called an almost invincible ability. White Feather was non-committal. Lightning speed, destructive power, ultra-high temperature, explosive power, strike range, and electromagnetic fields, etc. That's really comprehensive and powerful. Thunder, in many worlds, has been called the power of God since ancient times. But on Anilu, Baiayu almost laughed. A dumb thunder who couldn't even split rubber. Can't blame Anilu for appearing early, who made Wang Lufi the god of the sun. Are you afraid of thunder? Crackling. A flash of lightning flashed, condensing a figure of incomparable arrogance, as if despising all living beings. Yeah, haha, are they all mortals from King Hai? Anilu laughed wildly and glanced at Baiayu with contempt, then looked at Shandora. I didn't expect that there is such a city hidden here. It is indeed the residence of this god. God! Exclamation mark. Robin was surprised. Was he serious? Baiayu said, this god. I'm sorry, this city is mine now. Anilu glanced over and laughed disdainfully. Yeah, ha ha ha, stupid mortal. Are you talking to this god? For Anilu, after he awakened divine power, the whole world should be his. But he yearns for the infinite land, so he has no interest in King Hai, which is full of mortals. Otherwise, they will experience social beating sooner rather than later. I like your abilities. Baiayu stared at Anilu who was coming. If nothing else, the effect of increasing the range of sight and hearing is enough to increase Baiayu's teleportation range. Thunderbolt increases White Feather's destructive power. Seeing Baiayu's inexplicable lies, Anilu felt offended, and immediately laughed angrily. Yeah, ha ha ha, this god doesn't like your eyes. Witness the power of God. 30 million volts. Thunderbird. Anilu beat the taiko drums on both shoulders, displaying the thunder and lightning he made from the taiko drums, and then formed a huge thunderbird rushing towards Shiroba. Rush. In an instant, White Feather took Robin away from here. Rush. The next moment, White Feather returned to the original place. In Anilu's eyes, it was just that Robin disappeared, which surprised him for a moment. Attack. Transfer. The first time it is used against the enemy, the White Feather's ability bursts out. What is innate ability? White Feather understands. Born to be like an arm wave. It was not long after he obtained it, but Baiayu seemed to be proficient in it for many years and could use it easily. In Anilu's astonishment, his Thunder Dragon, which belonged to God's power, turned abruptly in the middle of the road. Attacked himself. How is this going? Anilu ignored the Thunder Dragon attack at all, and instead looked at Baiayu with a slight frown. Boom. Crackling. Anilu was blasted open by the Thunder Dragon, and soon condensed and formed again unscathed. Yeah, ha ha ha, although I don't know how you did it, you proved yourself. Anilu stood on the high platform and said arrogantly, saying without doubt, then, this god has given you the status of a priest, and you will follow this god to the infinite land in the future. Is it? Baiayu was indifferent and looked up slightly. I don't like someone standing on a high place and looking down at me. Get off me. Boom. P.S. Nilu didn't find the Golden Bell, so he didn't find the Golden Town. His ship is small, not as big as the Golden Bell, and the gold is very small, and that gold is not as much as scraps in the land of gold. Click the upper right corner of the screen to view the picture. Robin stood in front of the Golden Bell, Nami in front of the spaceship. In addition, Chapter 13 about the younger brother said that there are only girls on the main ship. If you have any questions, please leave a message. Chapter 42. Overlord color erupted. The terrifying momentum suddenly rose into the sky, and crossed Annie Road with lightning speed. In an instant, Anilu's mind went blank. The shock from the spirit and will that he had never felt before, made Anilu's legs go soft. The whole person fell from a height. Space. Transfer. When Baiayu's ability was activated, he drew his knife in his hand and stabbed it fiercely in front of him. Anilu was transferred out of thin air to the front of Baiayu, just in the direction of his blade's attack. It can be understood as the upgraded version of Damzulai. Move enemies around at will. PFFT. The knife wrapped in armed color directly pierced through Anilu's abdomen, and Baiayu picked it hard. The so-called god. At this moment, He was picked up by Baiyu with a knife in one hand. The pain from his body made Anilu recover his consciousness, which was temporarily stagnated by the impact of the Overlord, and could not help but let out a painful roar. This roar's earth-shattering. Robin and the girls were dumbfounded. Nami said with an exaggerated expression, "Wow, is this a god? It's so scary." "Sister Nami, where did you seem to have seen your expression and tone?" Vivi recalled. Daisuke couldn't hold back. "It's General Kizaru. Looks like you learned." New Okugawa and Makino chuckled. Kia was also laughing non-stop. Robin sighed again in his heart. It seems that any opponent, in front of Baiyu, is no threat. It is no wonder that several women blindly worship Baiyu. Cough cough cough. Anilu's eyes were instantly bloodshot, and he vomited blood one after another. It has been 7 or 8 years since his awakening of divine power, and he has never suffered any injuries. Such pain. In an instant, his memory was pulled back to the past. Biker Island. Since I was a child, I have been beaten every day because I don't have wings. I don't have enough food and clothing. Ruined Biker Island? Anilu admits that he regrets it, because just destroying it is enough, and destroying it 100 times will not make up for the pain it has caused. Crackling. After regaining consciousness, Anilu turned into lightning and pulled away, half kneeling on the ground, looking up at Baiyu coldly. "Okay, very good. You are the only mortal who can hurt this god." Just now, it was all because of the carelessness of the god, and there was no Flash. Flash your sister. If it wasn't for Baiyu wanting to test out new abilities, this so-called god would have been beaten and thrown into the prison of immortality. "Come on, go on." White Feather waved gently. Suddenly thinking of something, Baiyu waved his hand slightly. Under the incomprehension of Anilu, a vortex-like black hole appeared in the void ahead. "Crocodile, deal with him?" Crocodile, who was exercising hard in the undead prison, was instantly angry when he looked at the hole and listened to the sound. "What do you mean? Do you really treat Lao Tzu as a younger brother?" But out of yearning for freedom, Crocodile still jumped out of his heart. Sunshine. The greenwoods. The high-altitude air is too thin to almost fall. Crocodile couldn't help but feel a little helpless, trying to adapt to the air of Baipai. "Bastard, what is this?" The thin air made him feel uncomfortable, but when Crocodile glanced around, he was immediately stunned. Yellow dot gold? Crocodile felt blind at the moment. "Don't say anything else, just say that the bright golden bell is too dazzling," Baiyu said with disdain. "No promise." Crocodile ignored it and looked greedily at the endless golden land ahead. He didn't like money, but he liked this whole city of gold. "Yeah, ha, you really annoyed this god." Seeing that Baiyu didn't intend to make another move, and even called his younger brother to come, Anilu's anger was instantly full. God's punishment. Anilu's wrist turned into thunder and lightning, forming a huge thunder column from the sky, slashing towards Baiyu. Rush. White Feather disappeared. Boom. The powerful destructive force blasted the golden floor, and the blast of air and thunder and lightning directly awakened Crocodile, who was looking at the land of gold. "Bastard, who is attacking?" Crocodile looked angrily, and saw an exhibitionist condensing lightning in his hands. "Natural department?" Crocodile was secretly startled, but not afraid at all, and sneered. "Ghahaha, is the legendary thunder fruit really a lucky guy?" "Stupid mortal, are you laughing at this god?" The thunder in Anilu's hand was a little bigger. "What the hell? Mortal? God?" Crocodile laughed angrily in an instant. "Ha, ridiculous guy, don't you even know about devil fruit? Let me wake you up, you bastard." "I don't want to contribute to Baiyu, but this idiot-like guy actually called him stupid." Crocodile rushed up very earnestly. "King Kong Desert Treasure Sword." "Go to hell." 30 million volts, Thunder Beast. Anilu was also not to be outdone, and attacked violently. A showdown between the two natures? The girls who were watching from a distance were stunned, but Kia said in doubt, "Big brother Baiyu, that crocodile isn't dead." Robin's expression is strange. "She just talked to the new boss, but what happened to the old boss?" "So obedient." Baiyu nodded and said, "In the future, we are going to build a big power, and we need a lot of people to work for us." "Then who will win?" Nami was eager to try, feeling that neither of them were very strong. Looking at the two people fighting in the distance, Baiyu touched his chin and said, "First of all, the sand crocodile has been quiet for many years, and even if it can be domineering, it will be abandoned, but it has more experience in combat than that god. The other, although he has no knowledge, his physical skills are poor, and he has no combat experience, but his knowledge is not weak and his speed is very fast. The main thing is that the two are more arrogant and conceited than the other, and the psychological factor is very important. It depends on who is smarter." White Feather is also difficult to evaluate. Sand crocodile, anyway, is the man who almost killed the protagonist twice, all because of plot killing and arrogance, and he was defeated, also known as Crocodile 55. The name of the 55 Kai is broad and profound. No one can beat it, and no one can beat it. Chapter 43. Go and play. Looking at the two people who were fighting more and more, Baiyu directly moved the space between them. In an instant, the two moved away from Shandora. Baiyu raised his brows slightly, Space transfer. Is it also within the perception range? It's okay. It will be further and further away. This guy, seeing himself and the madman suddenly shifted so far, Crocodile's heart became heavier. Why do I feel that the gap is getting bigger and bigger? Is Beiyu still a human being? He didn't even have any chance to resist just now. And Anilu was also shocked, full of disbelief. Impossible. How could he control the god to fly so far? What kind of god is he? Is he handsome? It's all fake. The god doesn't believe it. Crocodile was speechless. Sure enough, are the island natives? There was a white ocean in the distance. Although he had never been to other empty islands, he had guessed where it was. Empty island. Really there is It's just that the people here are not normal. Die for me. Anilu plans to kill the crocodile first, and then kill the new god Beiyu. The other side. White Feather ignored the battle between the two. After walking around Shandora, Beiyu found that he could not transfer the entire city at once. He can only transfer things within the range of perception that his own strength can bear, while Shandora is a bit big. Nami, stop smirking. Find some more small parts and put them in the ring, and cover the rest with island clouds. Beiyu decided to seal it up first. I'll talk about it someday when I have the ability to completely remove Shandora, such as gravity, and fluttering. Beiyu clapped his hands. Don't look at it, we will take it away sooner or later. Go grab a female angel and come back. Female angel? Kia fluttered her big eyes. There are still angels here? Is there a god there? White Feather was speechless. What a strange world, with thundercloud Zeus, sand Prometheus, etc., all in the name of the gods. The finale may be the battle of the gods, so Beiyu should be careful. Beiyu explained, it's just people with little white wings that can't fly for a long time, like decorations. The girls were disappointed, and the battle between Crocodile and Anilu continued, and White Feather ignored it. Beiyu left a space imprint on the two of them. The two cannot escape. Golden Lion Squid. Recalling the plot, Beiyu was thinking. According to the theatrical version, the Golden Lion appeared over the sea between the Magic Triangle and Chambord. Because Bbook is on board, and not 2 years later, so pretty sure. But this is the real world, coupled with the accident of White Feather. The butterfly effect is terrifying. If any day the Straw Hat group was completely destroyed, and Beiyu was not surprised. Like meeting Mr. Kai in advance. A thunderous gossip. Wouldn't even the people in the boat be smashed into slag? And of course it may also be awakened. Brother Beiyu, is this the life of a pirate? After Shandola turned around, Vivi's excitement couldn't stop, and she longed for the life of a pirate. Beiyu lightly tapped her forehead. I think too much. You can't imagine the darkness of pirates, and most of them are at sea. Very boring. Anytime. We'll die on the road. Vivi was startled. Just when Vivi was about to worry about something, Beiyu smiled. That's the other pirates. And you guys, won't die. You have to believe this. Vivi believed in Beiyu very much, then made a face to Beiyu, and ran towards the young ladies to play again. Beiyu smiled. It's amazing to transfer a cloud of Beiyu and start to study it. Robin walked over in small steps and said curiously, you are not interested in Hades, what about Sea King? Beiyu asked back, since you know from the Golden Bell that Sea King is on Fishman Island. Do you know what Sea King is? Robin smiled and listened. Beiyu said, that is the biggest mermaid, the most beautiful and the most crying princess in the world. Mermaid princess? Exclamation mark. Robin paused the vocabulary and was a little surprised. Sea King is a creature? It's amazing news. Gradually, Robin trusts Beiyu very much. However, Robin suddenly said, that means you want to snatch the Sea King, right? Little hobby for White Feather. Robin is also dumbfounded, but he can understand that it is not a bad hobby after all. Yeah. And Fishman Island is Whitebeard's territory, but he's running out of time. White Feather doesn't care about these. Robin nodded. She thought she didn't have much time, because she felt that Whitebeard was really too old. Stop talking about this, go grab the angel first and then talk about it. Beiyu began to create an island, slowly covering the entire Shandora, and it was done. Nami, take them to Angel Island. White Feather rushed to the battlefield. Go to jail and fight. Moreover, the constant roaring here has already attracted the attention of the priest, the previous god Ganva, and the people of Shandia. He is not interested in Sky Island. Ring the golden bell at most to end the war and suppress a few iron-headed people, so as not to disturb Shandora. Status is restored. Space transfer. Armed instant / White Feather's ultimate move is instant. All the abilities and the moves of Anilu and Sand Crocodile were withdrawn, and they were transferred to Beiyu's side out of thin air. Beiyu shot hard. Puff Kai Kai. In an instant, White Feather cut off Anilu's limbs, then turned to look at Crocodile, whose pupils were shrunken. You and I. Looking at Crocodile, who was talking unfavorably, Beiyu spread his hands and said, no way, that prison can only bring in people who can't resist. It's more convenient to cut you down. So you sir. Crocodile threw a piece of sand to White Feather, turned around and ran. He didn't want to be abolished again. Running too slow. Another set of Beiyu's ultimate move. Crocodile was cut off without any resistance. and fell to the ground, enduring the pain and cursing. "It's too much. Better not let him out. Come in, you guys." Throwing the two together with their limbs into the undead prison, Baiyu leisurely withdrew the knife and left. "Miss Angel, here I come." Chapter 44. Immortal Prison. Anilu. Sand crocodile. Noisy. Anilu. Sand crocodile. You recovered as soon as you came in. Shut up for Laotsu. Anilu. Yeah, my god's limbs have recovered? Yeah, ha ha ha, this god is the strongest. Crocodile. Damn mental retardation. The thought of being with such a white dementia in the future made Crocodile want to die. "I'm done. Is it okay to take it? Let me out." It's a pity that Baiyu has no time to talk to Crocodile, and is looking for Miss Angel who can be snatched away. A lot of angels. Kia didn't know how to evaluate it. She had little white wings anyway. And everything here is fresh, all kinds of amazing shellfish. However, some Angel Island residents are very enthusiastic, while others run away when they see it, for fear of causing disaster. The girls didn't care either. Sudden. There is a melodious sound of the piano from a distance, an indescribable charm, which makes people feel comfortable. Beautiful piano sound. The girls couldn't help being intoxicated. Robin listened, smiled and said, "The sound of the piano is very beautiful. Although there is some sadness in it. The person who plays the piano must be a beautiful woman." Vivi blinked. "Sister Robin, how did you know?" "Of course I guessed." Robin smiled and pointed to Baiyu not far away. The girls looked. It dawned on me. Baiyu looked at the place where the sound of the piano was, and just by looking at it like that, they didn't believe that Baiyu liked the piano or something. There must be something appealing to him. What is the purpose of coming here? Obviously, Baiyu found the angel he wanted to take away. Let's go and see. Nami dragged a few girls with white clouds and flew over first. Baiyu looked away, not in a hurry to grab people, but to deal with the civil strife in the empty island. Don't disturb his yaxing. Since Apayado was brought to Baiyu by the soaring ocean current, Sky Islanders who had never seen the land regarded it as a holy place, and occupied Apayado and renamed it the Island of Gods. The expelled Shandians fought a 400-year war with the Sky Islanders in order to regain their homeland and ring the Golden Bell again to complete the agreement with Norland. 400 years have passed. The battle between the two sides came to an abrupt end because of Anilu's sudden arrival. Conflict transfer. If Anilu occupied the Island of God, then the goal of the Shandians became Anilu, but it was even more difficult to defeat. I can only attack occasionally, and usually lives in the Union Village. The previous battle between the two natural systems, Anilu and Crocodile, attracted the Shandians. Now, although I don't know how Anilu disappeared, the priests who were determined to be okay with him were confronting the Sandia warriors led by the war ghost Weber, and the original god Ganfur, took Sky Islander to watch the play. "God will be back soon. I advise you to leave and get out of here." The priests glared at Weber and the others, but Weber ignored it and looked at one of the little girls instead. The 10-year-old girl looked barefoot, carrying a white bag, raised her head and said cutely, "Brother Weber, I didn't find him." Sure enough, Weber's eyes flickered slightly. "I have come here for a few sneak attacks, but each time I failed, and this time I was about to rush to the Island of God, and Anilu didn't respond at all. It may not be or something has happened." After the little girl's judgment, Weber was even more sure of this. Little girl, Elsa. Natural knowledge, high level. This kind of natural color, which is much rarer than the Overlord color, has mostly stood at the top since childhood, such as Red Earl Rider, Princess Ottoheim. Moreover, they all have special abilities that other people have spent their entire lives and cannot acquire through cultivating knowledge, and sex. Read your mind and read your memory. Convey the will. Mind affecting. The ability to change minds and more. Special abilities are innate. Boom. Just as Weber was about to seize the opportunity and wanted to issue an order to take down the Island of God, the sky suddenly exploded. Looking up, everyone was shocked. I saw the sky above the bay high. Suddenly there was a large sea of clouds. The clouds were dense, and the thunder was rolling. God is back. You all wait to die." Several priests knelt down excitedly. Weber and the others were horrified, while Xiaoisha's eyes widened. How could he's obviously not on the island. "I believe you." Weber spoke in a deep voice, "but if it wasn't for Anilu, what would have happened?" White Feather's voice washed away from the sky. "You can actually perceive the whole island. It's an enviable talent, just a little smaller." "Only 10 years old? If it was taken away, Baiyu would not know how the girls were thinking." Weber exclaimed, "Who are you?" "Anilu is defeated. Except for the part of the island covered by the island cloud, the rest of the Island of God will be divided equally between the two of you." Baiu's figure flashed and landed on a high platform, overlooking the crowd. He was not interested in the Island of God, and to put it bluntly, it was nothing but a small island. "This is my order." Baiyu raised his hand slightly, and the thunder clouds in the sky immediately burst into countless thunders that terrified everyone. Boom! Thousands of thunder roared. One after another terrifying thunder and lightning fell on the Baiyu not far away, and everyone's scalp was numb. Rush! Next moment, Baiyu came to Xiaoisha, looked at Weber and Raki again, and said, "I stole this girl. Do you have any opinions? Weber was about to speak, but was pulled by Lachi, who stared at Beiyu and said, "Excuse me, what did you take Aisha for? She is still a child. Her talent is very good, it's a waste to stay here." Beiyu said concisely. Lucky, who regarded Elsa as her own sister, breathed a sigh of relief. "We have no problem. I hope you can take good care of Elsa, and thank you for your gift." Weibo kept his mouth shut, and he could see that Beiyu had no interest in the Island of God, so don't make trouble. "And you?" Beiyu looked at Ganfu with a dull expression. "I will take Aisha from Shandia, and I will also take one from Angel Island. In order not to make them sad, if you fight again, I will directly destroy the Island of God and then destroy it." "It's you." The golden bell. It's time to ring. Chapter 45. Transfer. A stone was directly transferred by White Feather and rushed towards Shandora. The stone instantly broke the island cloud and hit the golden bell. When the impact starts, boom tilde. The majestic and beautiful bell rang in the ears of everyone in an instant. The bell rang through the Bay Pi. It rushed out of the sky, echoed the sky, and washed down, making Gaia Island and the surrounding people in a trance. As for the final commander of the Saruyama allied army on Gaia Island, Kulakai, the descendant of Nolando, looked at the sky dully and wept with joy. The legendary bell. It turned out to be in the sky, not a liar. My ancestors were not liars. Beiyu. Sloppy. The sound of the bell definitely reached the sea, and he deliberately smashed it lightly with a stone, but he didn't expect the sound to be so loud. I took Elsa. Beiyu took Aisha and disappeared. Appear the next moment. When he came to Nami and the others, he saw a girl with small white wings staring at him blankly. The girl's blonde hair is tied in 2 braids, wearing a short skirt, holding a cloud fox in one hand and a harp in the other. Seeing Beiyu, Kia said with a chuckle, "Big brother Beiyu." It was just Konais who was playing the piano. "It's pretty." Konais. White Feather recalled the name. "A very upright and kind girl. Is she beautiful?" "Of course she is beautiful." Nami looked at Xiao Aisha and pouted. "You want to rob such a young girl? Her talent for seeing sex far exceeds all of you." Knowing that he would say so, Beiyu looked at Xiao Aisha and smiled slightly. "In the future, you will be my crew member. Understand?" Little Aisha is still confused. Beiyu looked at Konais, stretched out her hand and smiled. "Hello, I'm Beiyu." "Are you?" "Hello, I'm Konais." Konais blushed slightly, and the other party smiled very kindly. What is the etiquette for shaking hands? When Konais' hand was held by Beiyu, Beiyu and Konais teleported to Ganfu and other Sky Islanders. "It's her, I stole it." Ganfu and the others just saw clearly that Beiyu and Konais disappeared again. Konais was confused. She had just met a few beautiful big sisters and little sisters, and the men they said were very good people robbed her in front of the villagers and elders. This man is so strange. When Beiyu returned with Konais again, he said with a serious expression, "Listen, immediately agree to be my crew member, or you will see the thunder just now." Here again, here again. Robin and the girls watched Beiyu domineering and bullying with pleasure, and they were also drunk inside. I promise." Konais' pretty face turned pale. Seeing this, Beiyu smiled. "That's it, we will be family in the future. I will not bully you." Konais can't keep up with the White Feather rhythm at all. Nami crossed her hips and hummed. "Next time you just laugh, we're in a hurry." Oops. Beiyu gave Nami a forehead shot. "You talk too much." "Okay. The empty island is not small, you can get familiar with it and play for 2 days. I will go to practice." White Feather dodged back to the room. Ding. It is detected that the host has robbed Aisha and Konais to become a crew member. Is there a lottery in the world? Start. For the lottery, Beiyu was tired. Because his boat couldn't hold it, he had to go to the 7 waters for a bigger one. First sat a large ship. 100 people. Creature, item, ability, information, concept, energy. The first pointer stops at the item class. Ding. Congratulations on winning the item category. Luxury Spaceship Special Edition. Just wanted to change the boat. Came here. Beiyu felt that he had missed 100 million yuan. What is the use of the ship? He could buy it himself. Click on the information to view. Spaceship. The deck can accommodate 1,000 people, including 72 luxury suites, and has a variety of places for life and leisure, as well as places for practice and practice. Driving. With advanced artificial intelligence assistance, it can start and fly automatically. Maintenance. Comes with hundreds of female robots with special characteristics, cleaning, transforming, and repairing spaceships. Energy. Controllable nuclear fusion. No need to worry about energy. Defense. The energy shield can be turned on, ignoring the physical attack of tens of millions of tons of equivalent nuclear strikes. Stealth. The ship can turn on stealth mode. Radar. Scan things at a range of 4,000 kilometers. Attack 1. Laser cannon. 108 muzzles all over the spaceship. Long-range locking attack, with a range of 2,000 kilometers. Each shot destroys the ship with destructive power. Attack 2. Gathering pulse, locking the target, destroying the island. Destructive power. As expected of a trait. What can Beiyu say? He doesn't want Pluto, but he has a better quality spaceship than Pluto. Well, It smells so good. White Feather chuckled. Not to mention other things. Just say that to build a good ship, you have to waste a lot of time. Time is power. Save yourself the trouble. The second pointer, for the first time, stayed in the information column. Ding. Congratulations to the host for winning the information data of this world. Ding. The host can specify to obtain any information that anyone in this world wants to know, which can be reserved for use. Bayu's eyes brightened. If you say that the most interesting things in the pirate world are nothing more than those few. Ralph drew, Devil Fruit. The three major weapons, 800 years ago. Joy Boy, Helios, rocks, and the finale and more. And White Feather is simple. He is very interested in beautiful women. I really want to know all the information about him's gender, appearance, body shape, etc. After all, his system is bad. Therefore, Bayu opened his heart. System, I want to know about the pirate world. The exact location of pure gold. Chapter 46. Pure gold. Although Bayu is interested in the above information, he will know sooner or later that it will be more fun to investigate by himself. And where the pure gold is, it's just luck. The world government has been searching for so many years and can't find it, and Bayu doesn't think he can meet such a few people. Ding. The information is finished. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining Miss Chiosi's life card. When the system sound falls, a white card appeared in Bayu's hand, which was invincible. Miss Chiosi is the scientist who accidentally produced enough pure gold to buy the whole world more than 200 years ago. That's right. It still lives on a small island in the stomach of a supergiant lanternfish. More than 200 years. So many years have passed, and because of the pure gold, Miss Chiosi is not old at all, and his daughter is also alive, still a child, as if 200 years were the same day. The ability of pure gold to prolong life is beyond imagination. Millennium, 10,000 years. In short, before the restoration fruit developed the ability to restore life and death, White Feather wanted this. The power of the optimized version of the dog spell. He has long been immortal, but the girls haven't, especially after having a bond. Living alone is very lonely, but when a group of people live, the happiness in it cannot be imagined by others. System, start strength fusion. Ding. The crew, subordinates Nuaka Gao, Makino, Dusky, Robin, Vivi, Aisha, and Conies have been detected, and the fusion of strengths is in progress. Light shrouded the White Feathers. The current girls, except for Robin's fruit ability, have very low strengths but can enhance his potential and so on. Moreover, the strength is continuously integrated. If a few women have the ability or become stronger, then Bayu will also be stronger. Physique, spirit, will, potential, memory, ability, talent, wisdom, battle awareness, battle experience, above, etc. Everything related to strength and Bayu needs, began to integrate into Bayu himself. Take the essence and get rid of the dross. 2 hours later, White Feather took a deep breath. Host, White Feather, physical fitness, 4 stars. Spirit, 4.5 stars. Swordsmanship, 3.5 stars. Physique, Samsung. Armed color, intermediate. External, seeing and hearing colors, high level / super range accurate perception, completely covering and shielding low level seeing and hearing colors. Born Aisha. Overlord color, advanced, overlord. Innate ability, teleportation, immortality, transfer. Special abilities, Union fruit, restoration fruit, flower fruit. Basic combat power, 4-star / top lieutenant general of the headquarters. Additional abilities, 5-star / top general emperor. Nice ability. Looking at the column of knowledge and color, Bayu couldn't help but admire. Born to see, hear, and look. He is really the darling of the world, and he has a unique ability that other people can't learn. Overrange coverage, similar to the blessing of the thunder fruit, but covering and shielding low-level knowledge. All enemies who are not as good as me in the future will be really blind. Only a few days have passed. Bayu's physique and cyber skills are insufficient, and Domineering has only learned some skills. But coupled with the development and cooperation of the 3 major capabilities of teleportation, transfer, and recovery, Bayu is still not very strong except for the destructive power, but the combat power is not weak. 2 days. Nami, Vivi and others had a great time playing on the empty island, and all the Shandians also moved to the Island of God and began to live peacefully with the Sky Islanders. And at 10 o'clock at night, when Bayu was about to go to the undead prison, he suddenly felt someone outside the door and was surprised. How could it be her? Don't wait for someone to knock on the door. Bayu opened it directly, and without waiting for the visitor to say anything, he smiled lightly and took him in his arms. A person came to me in the middle of the night. I didn't expect you to be very daring. I'm not. Makino blushed. She felt that Bayu had misunderstood something. I know you want to, just so, I also want to. Let's go together. Bayu took Makino back to the room and closed the door. Makino was embarrassed, but Bayu would not feel embarrassed. Thin-skinned men only deserve to eat dirt. When Bayu lowered his head, Makino looked a little dazed. She was really passing by and wanted to ask a few questions by the way. But this moment, Makino sighed inwardly. He will be 30 years old next year. If he is still in Windmill Village, he may have had many blind dates or even married, and he may have a child in the year afterward, and everything will be so dull. Thinking of this, Makino struggled slightly, took a deep breath and asked a question that ordinary women are good at asking, Beiyu, will you always be good to me in the future? Beiyu nodded. I don't like to make promises, let time prove it. This is enough. Beiyu's words made Makino feel the truth and closed his eyes gently. Demon King Claw, full of fragrance. Under the sultry moonlight, a more sultry humming sounded. The next day, Makino didn't come to breakfast. Kia blinked her eyes and asked, is Sister Makino also suddenly ill? Vivi was surprised. Suddenly? What's wrong? Who else is sick? Nami. It's me, Beiyu said indifferently. Yes, so, Kia, go to Makino and restore her to before 10 o'clock last night. Koya nodded obediently. Nami complained inwardly, just like me, I came to this set again, and I recovered to be on time, and my body recovered. Beiyu is too good at playing. Interesting. Sister Robin smiled. Beiyu didn't know what she was laughing at, so he teased Daisha and Konis, and then taught Dusky and Nyakugao. Noon. Beiyu came to the undead prison and began to do ability experiments. Beiyu, I think. Just play. Seeing the appearance of Beiyu, Crocodile came over to say something, but it was kicked away by Beiyu. Hateful. You will regret this. Crocodile roared from a distance, but he finally got ready to bow his proud head. Can Beiyu have this attitude? Ice and Crocodile don't have face. Seeing this, Anilu laughed disdainfully. Yeah, haha, stupid mortal. Are you trying to laugh at this god? God your mother. Chapter 47. Don't talk to Lao Tzu. Crocodile cursed angrily, really too lazy to pay attention to this idiot. Just been locked up for 2 days. Crocodile felt like he was going crazy, and he kept listening to this arrogant god. He wanted to die. You can't die in prison. Turn out to be the strong world of King Hai people. Is that big? Although Anilu was arrogant, he wasn't really an idiot. He kept harassing Crocodile and Bonus, and basically understood what King Hai was. Divine power is a devil fruit. He didn't even think so. Beiyu, the person who killed him at will, was actually just a newcomer who had just stepped out of the weakest sea. Then Anilu almost closed himself. Could it be that this god can't even beat any little pirate in King Hai? But when Anilu knew that Crocodile was one of the big men of one of the big forces in King Hai, confidence came again in an instant. It's not that this god is too weak. That man is too strong. Anilu comforted himself, but he was still a lot more honest in the face of Beiyu. It's really scary here. He doesn't want to spend the rest of his life here. Thinking of this, Anilu felt uncomfortable. This god can't be trapped here. This god is going to King Hai, and after suppressing there, he will go to the infinite land. Think so. Glancing at White Feather who didn't know what he was doing in the distance, Anilu flickered beside Crocodile. Hey, let me ask you a question. I have a name. Crocodile glanced at Anilu unhappy, and came to harass him again. With this time, it is better to practice the domineering secrets given by Beiyu. Anilu still said arrogantly, tell this god, how to get out of here. Oh, aren't you a god? Crocodile was full of ridicule. Lord God, you can use your divine power to smash this place and go out. Phew, this god is not angry. Anilu suppressed his anger and whispered, tell this god, or don't even think about cultivating your mother. Crocodile scolded for a few minutes in succession, and then sneered, Gihahaha, go and find Beiyu. Then kneel down. Crying and crying, kneeling down and begging without dignity, maybe he will be able to throw your trash out. Of course Anilu knew, Beiyu did not kill them. His intention was obvious, to recruit younger brothers. But my brother has dignity too. If they really do as Crocodile said, let alone White Feather, they will look down on themselves. The issue is how to join calmly without losing the backbone, to appreciate the outside world. Bonus, who has been working hard all the time, suddenly said, since we all think so, he may have known it long ago. When the time comes, he will let us out. Try to become stronger, boss. Sand Crocodile and Anilu looked at each other, and what they said made sense. Quartering is because we are too weak, and Beiyu is afraid that we will go out to shame, so he put it here to practice with peace of mind. Then practice. Hey, let's take a look at what domineering secrets that Beiyu gave. I don't call him hello. Yeah ha. In the eyes of this god, you don't deserve a name. Gahahaha, you are so mad at Lao Tzu. Go to hell. Here we go again. Bonus was silent. The two were prouder than the other, as if they were born to be enemies, and they would do it if they disagreed. Interesting. Beiyu glanced at it and didn't care. He is now working on developing a new ability to transfer talent. Subject, Buddha Man Mr. 5 with the ability to explode fruit, as well as Prisoners of Sky Island Prison. Experiment 1, Fruit Ability Transfer. Host status, intact. Beiyu restored Mr. 5, who had been in a dying state, from his injuries, and then took out an apple. Scanning. Beiyu mobilized the power of transfer to cover Mr. 5, scanning the energy of the devil fruit. Nothing was scanned. Beiyu was completely unable to accurately perceive and scan the devil fruit energy from Mr. 5. Maybe it's too scattered, maybe it's not enough development of white feather and so on. Crack. Beiyu stepped on Mr. 5 with one foot and was severely injured. Scanning. Beiyu concentrated his attention and tried his best to investigate the seriously injured Mr. 5. 1 minute, 3 minutes, half an hour passed. Beiyu lightly kicked Mr. 5 several times until he had only one breath left. Suddenly, Beiyu scanned something that's one share, hidden and invisible. It seems to be condensed at any time, thus preparing to leave the special energy of Mr. 5. Crack. Beiyu decisively kicked Mr. 5 to death. In an instant, Beiyu's transfer force scanned the special energy that was condensed and wanted to leave in an instant. Run. You run. Beiyu lost his mind for a while and let the energy leave, but thinking that this is a different dimension, he was relieved a lot. You can't escape through space. Here, he is the master. Got you. Although Beiyu's perception can't cover the entire undead prison, as a master, he doesn't need to be too troublesome. Direct and precise positioning. Energy transfer. Holding an apple in his hand, Beiyu instantly came to the vicinity of the energy and activated the power of transfer. When the energy was transferred into the apple, it seemed to have found a home and stayed, and then began to mutate. Ordinary apples. It becomes larger directly, with dense patterns and full of mysterious colors. Devil fruit. Out. High. How is that possible? That kind of fruit? Boss, don't think about it, let's just kneel. Suddenly, the eyes of the trio who started peeping at what Beiyu was doing from afar glared out. They discovered the white feather secret. A big secret that is enough to shock the world and make countless people crazy. I don't care what the trio thinks. Beiyu frowned slightly and was very dissatisfied at the moment. If the transfer can only be done by killing the capable person, what is the difference between it and Blackbeard? Continue. Chapter 48. Not enough. What Beiyu wanted was to transfer abilities, and even change abilities to his subordinates, without killing or even hurting them. After all, the ability of subordinates is that of white feather. The ability of some crew members must be very bad, and it is difficult for them to become stronger, and they cannot bring anything to Beiyu. Experiment 2. Transfer without killing. White feather feeds the exploding fruit to a Sky Island prisoner and begins the experiment again. 2 hours later, under the dull gazes of the three of Crocodile, Beiyu recondensed the explosive fruits again and again, and fed them again and again. This scene creepy, because they think of themselves. The trio is not too young. At present, Sand Crocodile is 44 years old, Anilu and Red Hair are the same age, 37 years old, and Bonus is 29 years old. Wouldn't it be better to kill them and hand over their abilities to younger and more potential people? Instead they certainly do. Thinking of this, the trio's heart is extremely depressed, and they are not afraid of death, but no one will be willing to die when they are deprived of everything in this way. If Beiyu knows, there are only 5 words. You think too much. The characters in the original book have a special sense of conquest for Beiyu. Therefore, unless it is really worthless or very hard-headed, Beiyu does not want to kill casually. Give me a job. The experiment. Success. After more than 10 consecutive experiments, Beiyu temporarily stopped. Final test result. Severely wounded and dying people can transfer abilities without causing death. At present, Beiyu can only do this step, and it must be done in the undead prison. Second experiment. Side effect transfer. Beiyu took out the seafloor stone handcuffs. This is one of Crocodile's fortunes. Robin leads the way, Nami's home is copied, Kia's account is settled, and Vivi guards the door. When White Feather scanned, he was silent. Scanning energy is hard, and the so-called side effects are too difficult. According to the scientific statement of the pirate world, the reason why people with ability are afraid of seawater is because it contains pyrobrone, the active ingredient of seafloor stone. Pyrobrone is what the able-bodied fears. Seawater, it only makes the ability person powerless, but the ability can be used. Heilashi, not only powerless, but also able to seal abilities. Unscientific statement. Side effects are a valid concept. It involves concept development. For now, White Feather can't do it. The transfer of domineering, mental, physical energy, etc. Experience transfer such as swordsmanship and even lifespan transfer. The above experiments, etc. Beiyu thought very well, but still not developed enough. Just give up the experiment. The recovery experiment begins. Experiment 1. Age. White Feather activated his recovery ability and enveloped an air island prisoner. Life restoration. The intention is to permanently restore a person's physical state and age to a youthful period. Buzz. Beiyu constantly released the ability, and constantly experienced the miracle of life. 1 hour, 2 hours, another few hours passed. Life is restored. Beiyu's experiment is still going on. The trio are all numb. What experiment is he doing? Scientist? Younger. Anilu, who was staring at him, suddenly trembled. Crocodile and Bonus also lost their voices in disbelief. The prisoner who fainted at the feet of White Feather was originally a guy with a beard in his 40s or 50s. Now, 30 years old, 20 years old, teenagers. The trio was horrified as they watched the guy get younger, smaller, and turned into a child. The shock cannot be added. Look at the results. White Feather is looking forward to recovering the ability. 1 second, 10 seconds, 1 minute. It wasn't until half an hour later that White Feather was disappointed because the younger prisoners were rapidly aging. Expected, 10 hours. In other words, Beiayu's current life recovery can only keep people young for about 10 hours. Maybe different physiques lead to different times, but what is certain is that the permanence that Beiayu envisioned is not currently available. It's still not developed enough. White Feather was not disappointed. He has time to develop. After all, the restoration fruit is clearly introduced. Concept development. The last experiment. Experiment, death recovery. Goal, resurrect the dead. The ultimate goal, no matter how long they die, as long as there is a trace left, anyone can be resurrected. When Beiayu's hand turned to a dead prisoner, the trio was completely frightened and ran over quickly. What are you going to do? Crocodile's expression was very heavy, and his voice trembled slightly. What are you doing to a dead person? Isn't it obvious? Beiayu said casually. Anilu's expression management was completely out of control, and he exclaimed, "This is something that can be done by humans? Are you a god?" "Right. You are my god." Anilu looked at Beiayu, and suddenly there was an undisguised admiration and awe in his eyes. What a god! After a few minutes, Beiayu withdrew his hand. There is no movement, or the development is not enough. The trio was shocked. Just not enough development? After that, it has been developed enough. Seeing Beiayu's undisappointed appearance, I know that I must have confidence. Crocodile clenched his hands tightly. What kind of ability is this? Beiayu glanced at him and said, talent can be understood as an innate ability. Yes, that's for sure. Anilu suddenly twisted his body in place like a fool, shouting madly and frantically. God does not gather. God does not plot. God does not depend on others. This is the real God. God was a perfect being from the beginning. The 3 white feathers were stunned. What are you saying? Exclamation mark. Ignoring the crazy Anilu, Beiayu said plainly, cultivation hard, wait for me to reign on the supreme throne, and give you supreme glory. Rush. White Feather disappeared. The undead prison is quiet. The trio looked at each other and were instantly full of energy. God or not, they did anyway. Chapter 49. 2 days later, Beiayu found the giant snake, the Lord of the Sky, Nolan. This giant snake is said to be hundreds of years old, and Beiayu did not kill it, but gave it a vomiting induction and spit out the gold. Then after a few meals, let it guard Shandola, don't eat it secretly. Incidentally change the name, One Snake. Pack up and take away the property of Ernie Road, including a spaceship. Nami glanced at it. This is also called the Golden Ship. The hole is not as big as the Golden Bell, and a little gold is added to the cabin. This god is so poor. White Feather applauds. Nami's vision has improved, and she doesn't look down on the gold on the Anilu ship. Beiayu left the empty island with the girls and continued to sail. Shandola, the land of gold, blocked by Nami with various clouds, she left with tears in her eyes. After listening to Beiayu, Nami came back to life after the fluttering fruit could move away from the island at will. Try to find the golden lion. And in these days, King Hai exploded again. The land of gold is here. The city of miracles with more wealth than Ralph drew, Shandora. The legend of 400 years has become reality. Demon King Beiayu. The legend begins. The richest man in the world, Demon King Beiayu. Shock. The marshal is seriously ill in bed. Shocking. The 4 emperors are all crazy. When Beiayu was away in King Hai for a few days, Morgans followed the hotspots, adding various vivid descriptions to Beiayu's photos and sending them to the world. The world, once again sensational. The sensation this time is more lively and continuous than all the big news in the past 10 years. Wealth is always hot. Nothing can compare to the sight of a whole city of gold in front of them, which is more shocking to ordinary people. The former world's richest man Tetsulo said in an interview, "Yes, I am no longer the richest man, the devil is Beiayu." Turn around. Tetsulo burst into tears. His boat was 10,000 meters long and looked like it was made of gold from a distance, but it wasn't. After all, even if the golden fruit is awakened, it cannot become gold forever. 20% of the world's wealth. Cash flow is king. In addition to the city of gold, Tetsulo has industries all over the world, but it is difficult to piece together the gold of a city. With cash, more wealth can be created, and the gold owned by White Feather is the envy of Tetsulo. Is that the kid? Looking at the photos of Beiayu and the golden township surrounded by beautiful women in the newspaper, an old man with white hair and glasses flashed in his eyes. Little 8. Think of a dead Murloc. I thought of the ship doctor's request again. It really gave him a headache. The old man couldn't help but patted his forehead again. Why did you forget about the empty island? Just go up and deduct $2. The old man won't have money to buy wine. Newspapers are slightly exaggerated. But after Marshal Warring States saw the newspaper, he really couldn't eat for several days, full of envy, jealousy and hatred. Military spending. The shackles of the Navy. Whitebeard stopped the noise of his sons, mainly because Ace's safety worried him more. It was the first time Ling Ling knew Beiyu's existence. After reading all the newspapers, she laughed. Well, the tea party is about to start. Who can invite him to my mother? My children? The confident cracker said immediately. Mom, let me go. It's dangerous for you to go alone. Ka said very directly. Charlotte Ling Ling didn't take it seriously. Let Cracker go. If you invite that child to dinner, he will definitely not refuse. He is likely to refuse, Kategori said inwardly, but did not dare to refute anything. Ling Ling's words are the imperial edict, and the aunt looked at the photo of Beiyu and drooled unconsciously. So young and so strong. I really want to take him back. White feather? Tick, tick. Shank swept silently from the first glimpse of Shandora at White Feather's feet in the newspaper photo. Beckman calmly said, you are not a person who is keen on wealth. Can you tell me why you are crying? Feel sorry. My red-haired pirates are super poor. Shanks, as long as you give me a word, we'll go grab it right away. It's nothing. Just remember the days when I was with the captain and Bucky. Shanks wiped away his tears, then laughed. If Bucky saw Shandora was taken away by Beiyu, he would definitely cry to death. Ha 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 ha. Bucky did cry. I have been crying for days. How could he forget Shandora? How could he forget it? Cluck, cluck. Kaido of the Island of Ghosts. I don't know what happened, and laughed for days. Quinn wondered, what's the situation? Did you find a way to commit suicide? Jin shook his head. The boss is looking at the picture of Beiyu and laughing. Isn't this normal? Beiyu has so much gold, the boss must think that it's all his. Quinn said as a matter of course. He had already fantasized about how to spend a lot of money. No, I'm not looking at Shandora at Beiyu's feet, but Beiyu this person. What did you say? Quinn's eyes protruded. Kaido boss is very happy. Look, see that kid? What is fright? This is so frightening. Quinn moved away unconsciously. After all, he is also super handsome. Jin glanced at Quinn speechlessly, and said, Boss Kaido, do you want Beiyu to join us? Certainly. Kaido nodded subconsciously, then shook his head, took a gulp of wine and said, but he is a real tyrant and will not surrender, but he has caused a sensation in the world again, and I appreciate him very much. The more I think about it recently, the more wrong it is. Since we are going to start a top-level war, there are too few of us, especially the top powerhouses. Speaking of which, Kaido's voice changed, but the strong are arrogant and unable to subdue them. But there are fewer strong people, and they can't start the top-level war, which is very contradictory. But now, if nothing else, just how to win Beiyu. I figured out a way. The perfect way. Chapter 50. Good idea. Jin and Quinn are looking forward to it. Don't look at Kaido's rude appearance. He is actually very shrewd. Kaido smiled. Well, if you want to bring the top powerhouses together, you don't have to subdue fetters, interests, morality, etc. Can also pull the strong over Beiyu. You can also win over. How to pull? Benefit? White feather is too much gold. Fetters? Go and worship him. Moral? This is more troublesome. At least save Beiyu once. Jin and Quinn thought hard. After all, Beiyu is not alone. He still has Hawkeye, which is more worth winning. Can't you think of it? Looking at the two of them thinking hard, Kauduo felt the sense of superiority from the crushing of IQ, and laughed. Well, giggling, if there is a chance, I will naturally save him. That is morality. But this is too slow. I have a son. No. I have a daughter. Female. Daughter? Exclamation mark. Jin and Quinn were sluggish. What does Boss Kaido mean? Kaido nodded. Yes, they are all tyrants of the same generation. I have seen the new era, and only the boy Beiyu is worthy of Yamato. But here it is. There are many cute people who love to cry, and suddenly burst into tears. Wow. But Yamato doesn't recognize Lao Tzu. It makes Lao Tzu sad. Damoda. Jin, Quinn. Boss, you still know. Just beat Kaido often and beat Yamato, and was also detained, not allowed to eat, and even put bombs in handcuffs. The two of them didn't know what father and daughter needed to repair their relationship. Quinn frowned. Boss, Yamato young. Cough. Miss Yamato will not be obedient to marry, right? Is this the problem? Kaido put away his tears, feeling very strange. Yae is not weak, but she is a woman after all. If Beiyu can't even win against Yamato, I will kill him directly. That's it. Find someone to ask for his contact information and tell Beiyu that I am the father-in-law. White feather? Picking up a wife for nothing? No, you put Yamato there, and I'll grab it myself. High in the air, a strange white cloud was flying rapidly in the sky. On the ship, the girls were amazed. In fact, everything about the spaceship is very fresh and special, as if it is not a product of this world. Attacks, defenses, equipment, rooms, etc. all made the girls exclaimed. Like steel. And can you fly? Just to exercise Yun fruit, Beiyu did not turn on the flight function. The most surprising girl. The 100 female robots that came with a spaceship are only 1 meter tall and all white metal. Although they can only understand some abilities such as cleaning and repairing the spaceship, They look cute and well received by several women. This is Hades? Robin thought for a long time before he was not sure. Pluto is not worthy. Whitefeather doesn't think Pluto is better than his spaceship. It's too old, isn't it? No wonder you are not interested in Hades. Robin looked at Beiyu again with admiration. Turns out there are better ones. Beiyu didn't explain much, looked at Nami and said, "How long will it take?" "About a few minutes." Nami said a little puzzled. "Our boat is so good, why do we still go to the capital of Seven Waters?" "You can't stay in the sky all the time. It's a famous check-in spot, and there are a lot of talents." Beiyu instantly thought of CP9, especially Lucci, who was abandoned for 5 years and ate a rotten fruit. After 2 years of cultivation, he became the captain of CP0. Although the captain and the strongest shield are not the same level, they are still not weak. A bunch of intelligence talent. Regarding these talents, Beiyu decided to coerce and lure them and never let them go. "I went first. Once the ship arrives there will be a sensation, and Beiyu decides to go over and solve it first." The other side. City of Seven Waters. One of the most lively islands in the first half, Hades was created here 800 years ago. There are countless pirate ships coming and going here every day, repairing and building better ships and continuing to set sail. Dock 1. The boatman Lauka and the sawmill Laoluo, the two of them worked hard here as usual. Another wasted day. Lauka couldn't help but sighed as he watched the sun begin to set. Hearing this, Laoluo snorted coldly. "Pay attention to your identity. You should be very happy and looking forward to it at this moment, because you are about to get off work and rest." The old card twitched the corners of his eyes. "Then why haven't I seen you laugh?" "Well, you have a big fist and you are justified." But when it was time to get off work, Lauka and Laoluo had no happy expressions on their faces and left in a hurry. Along the way, noticing that there was no one around, Lauka said in a low voice, "Really, the old man's legs are going to rust." "That's not what you should say." The ruthless Laoluo subconsciously clenched his fist, but finally let it go. 5 years, 5 years, do you know how I spent these 5 years? Every day. Laoluo even wanted to kill the trash like a boss and wasted his talent and time. It's obviously in the stage of explosive growth, but every day you can only do some things that ordinary people can do. It's very painful, right? A figure appeared out of thin air. Looking at the two, I was full of emotion. 5 years. There are several 5 years in life, and there is no increase in strength, and it even begins to be eliminated by the times. You guys, don't you hate it? Exclamation mark. Laoluo and Lauka's pupils shrank, and even subconsciously used shave to distance themselves. Demon King. Whitefeather, with his obvious identity exposed, Laoluo was tense all over, and his heart was full of horror. Appeared without warning. Most likely, they have no chance of resisting. Rob Lusai, and Cuckoo, I appreciate you very much. Beiyu said frankly and straightforwardly. Identity exposed. The plan failed. You should know what it means. The two were bitter. This is the ruthless system of the CP organization, and few can survive failure. In particular, their rubbish boss will definitely push all the responsibilities to them, and even offer a reward. The two of them were not reconciled at all when they thought that they had been wasted for 5 years, but in exchange for such a result. Just when the two decided what to do, Beiyu said, "By the way, there are no people around. You can try to kill me in seconds, kill the surrounding as soon as possible, clean up the traces, and no one will know that you are exposed." The two were speechless. Well, they just really thought about it for a moment and then gave up. But why nonsense? War. In an instant, Lucci has become the strongest talk form, and Cuckoo hasn't returned to Judicial Island, so he hasn't eaten the giraffe fruit and attacked first. Landfoot middle. Chaos. Caculan's foot extension technique. A large-scale slash slammed into Beiyu. In this way, my mouth escape cultivation base is not enough. However, you don't want to run, but attack. Stupid choice. Beiyu drew his sword directly and disappeared in place, leaving a few words. Ended. Armed instant slash. Lucci, who was ready to drive at any time, suddenly saw a scene that he could not accept. It was a bloody scene. Boom. Puckage. If you like this audiobook, subscribe the channel for more videos like this. And join my Patreon if you want to support me, link in the description. Leave some comment and let me know if you guys like this story, or you have a web novel you like and want to hear its audiobook. I will be happy to create them for you. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.